This is exclusive right here.
Now baby, I'm the Ripper, your baby daddy's worst nightmare. Catch me if I declare, I'll be right there. Niggas copy everything we say. Louis frames, eyes lower than my GPA. Riding and swerving, kush out low. Goes wide, my trunk bump like Eddie Roll. I don't cake hoes, I never tip the stripper. I'm rich bitch, but you can call me Cheap the Ripper. Shell toes, yes, BRPS. There's a man riding a horse on top of my chest. Girl with the fatty, reserved to get scissor. This is an invitation from the killer. Meeting hood niggas that smoke sip scissor. Submit her to the apple bottom contest. Yes, I can fit this. Your bottom is the business. I guess that's how it's positioned and where to sit at. All up high, that's why I wanna hit that. See that before you leave off the city. I'm a post over there in this $1,000 Jimmy. We get at the bar with the rest of my team. I know I sound anxious, but mama, I'm on a beat. Know what I've been in, I hope you understand. The way you move that thing got me going insane. I seen you when I walked over dancing with the Lene. Damn girl, that ass off the chin. She watch that booty.
I see you looking at my booty.
So plus, guaranteed to hit her.
Does we lie and feel that I am floating in a stream of clear crystalline feeling? I want to wade into the waves and let them wash me clean. To hold you is so about
can't live my life without you. I found out I need you. Look at me now. I'm lost like a motherless child, wondering how did I let you go? How could I be such a fool? Cheating, breaking the rules. It was cool until I loved you. I love you, I want you, I need you. I found there's no life without you. I can't live my life without you. I found out.
Hello? Whoa, do you have the reverb on? There you go. Fucking, where's Paul's at?
I've got to make you. I'm gonna get up out of yesterday.
I'm just using my headset. I didn't even set up my mic. I'm gonna, cause my mic is going to pick up too much room noise. It's supposed to do that. I need a gate, or I need that eyeball thing if we're using voice chat thing. Or I can just turn it down maybe, but it's gonna pick up like I can hear my PlayStation song. Like I can just hear everything. How does this sound right now? Okay, it's a nice headset. Oh, I was just in a super noisy place when you were calling me, and I was like not capable of leaving right that second. I was gonna call you back, but then you texted me saying tomorrow. I just figured you guys would start it up and I could be a little late. My bad. Dude, 10:30 on a Saturday I'm probably going to be drinking somewhere. And I was running the pool table too. It was I was up 2 games, but then we played Cutthroat. And yeah. Really? You drinking? I didn't like going to bars when I was your age. I still don't really like going to bars much, but you just go to bars. Yeah. Is it one of the game bars where you can play games or something? Barcades. You just nice. Oh, gross. What, did you just order like a soda? Nice. Yeah, the bars I go to do too. They're kind of like I go to, like, there's one that just has 3 free pool tables. They just take the sidings off, so you can just like grab the balls. You don't have to pay for it. And then yeah, there's just a couple cool little spots like that. But I don't. This city has a bunch of like they call them social clubs. You go in, it's like a bar, but then they'll have like mini bowling or maybe axe throwing or like a bunch of arcades, and they're just like, that's what like pretty much every bar is in the city. It's fucking, I hate it. I hate it so much. Can we call him on here? Try giving him a call on voice chat. Call him off your Google Voice number real quick. Can you do that while we're still on the phone? Oh yeah, That's right. Fuck it. Let's see what happens. Let's just talk shit on pools. Keep talking shit on pools until it gets on.
Oh shit. Yeah, your your thing was on the entire time. That's funny.
What?
Your thing was on the entire time.
What? What thing?
Your audio. While the music was
Oh, my audio is playing for. That's funny.
playing. All right. Well, guys.
Can they hear you now?
They, I hope they can hear me.
Um, hopefully. Well,
I sound better than usual.
yeah, you sound great right now.
So I'm gonna do the monologue.
Go into it.
Welcome to Carmine. We got a great show tonight with hosts Austin, Pools, and me, Chancy. I'm sure it's been a long week for all of us. For me, I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I really hate being a nice person. It sucks that I have to be considerate to everyone, or else I would be homeless on the streets because I have no money to support myself. I'm just tired of fighting the urge to straight up verbally abuse people at random moments in the day. It's not my destiny to be a victim. I was born to be an abuser. If I had Jeffrey Epstein money, I would go to the street and just slap random people, and I could hear about what they think about me, while wearing a coat made out of puppies I stole from a poor family, like my heroes Himmler and Cruella de Vil. I would go to a store and snatch up all the cosmic brownies and viciously throw a wad of money at the Indian guy's face because I have fuck you money. I don't want to be humble. I want to forget where I came from. I just want to be a monster. I want to be a billionaire so freaking bad. Buy everything I never had. I want to be on the cover of Playboy magazine. Just me and my brother kissing each other. 'Cause every time I close my eyes, I see my brother's lips on mine. This is what happens if someone gave me just a little bit of power. Imagine if I
Yeah.
actually had money.
Nah, you'll never get anything, dude. Not with that attitude. You're talking about island boy type stuff too. What is this brother kissing thing that you're doing?
What?
Brother kissing?
Oh, I don't know, man. I wrote this. I was like really angry this week. This is my
Yeah,
vent. Yeah, so I was channeling it through
I mean
writing.
the anger is okay, but
It was
I don't
it,
condone. I
it,
mean,
it was one
I
of those
can't really support any of it.
it was one of those earworms that was like stuck in my head.
The performance is good,
Oh,
um,
oh, thank you.
but
So yeah, we
look at
got
this, dude.
what? Look at what?
So I just got an email. I was moving out of an apartment, the last place, and I drove a U-Haul through their gate, thinking it was gonna make it through the clearance, but it didn't, and it fucked up the gate and knocked the sign off, the clearance sign. And then they're like, I didn't get any notice or anything, and now I'm like getting hit with like over $1,000, and they're like saying it'll go to collections on the first. And I sent them an email. Hold on, let me read what I sent. This is a fresh one. Let me pull up. This is the one they sent to me. She sent me a brand new one. I said, "Hi, I'm contesting the outstanding balance for blank, blank, address, whatever. The bill totaling $1,062 is based on unfounded claims regarding damages to the gate and sign. From my understanding, the basis for these claims stems from an employee that's no longer there, meaning I can't get any information on how this happened. I'll extend the remainder of my balance regarding the actual apartment to this email address, and I'll happily pay online. If this goes to collections on the first, I'll be pursuing legal action."
Are you gonna pay it?
I might have to now. And then fucking, because I had roommates, I don't want them to have to deal with the collections thing. So then she responded. I wanted to reach out to you in regards to your email considering your move out charges the night you moved out. along with a former employee, pulled into the garage while you and a few other guys were in the process of moving out. I noticed the sign and asked your friend about it, who was standing at the U-Haul. He confirmed your unit number and that you all thought the U-Haul could fit through the garage and pulled it down, knocking, pulled it. This girl can't even type right. Pulled it in, knocking down the sign, and then I called my maintenance supervisor out as well. They're not just claims. You have been charged for the damages. You are only given access to the portal for 120 days. You are, however, able to mail in or bring in certified funds. My assistant Lauren is including in this email, and she has been handling your move out statement. I will be out of the office Monday and Tuesday. Please reach out to her with any questions you may have. So she's basically just like, fuck you.
Fucking bureaucrats, man. They want
I tried.
to take money from you.
I tried.
Hello.
Hey, pulls his back.
Awesome. We're all here. The whole gang's here.
Hey, what time is it, Pulls?
It's fucking 10 a.m., dude.
Yeah, I know.
Nice.
It's 10 p.m. over here.
I gotta go. I want to go back to bed, man.
No.
This will be a short episode. That's all right.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, so what have you guys been talking about?
You're talking about
Well, I
how,
saw. I actually saw the picture you posted where what was it, like 100 and something kilograms you weighed, which converted in the metric system to like what was it, I think 230 pounds. Is that your actual
Yeah.
weight?
Yeah, man.
Wait, how are you're the exact same weight as me.
Like, well, like when I was like 25, 26, I was always like 200. Now I'm just 230 all the time. I'm a fat fuck, man. I
Damn,
gotta do something about that.
I didn't know you were such a big boy.
I'm a big boy. Yeah, I get these massages here, and at the end of the massage, they're supposed to do a thing where they jerk me. No, I'm just kidding. They do a thing where they're supposed to like, I don't know if you've seen online. They put your arms up and they like move your body around or something while I'm sitting around. Like it's all these like weird moves, and they're always like, "Oh, you too big. You're so big. We can't do." I'm like, do it. Do the thing I paid you to do, bitch. And yes, you can do it. You just got to put some effort into it.
So what's
You
too,
fucking 65-year-old bitch.
so what's too big?
What?
What's too big?
I'm me. I'm too big. I'm too heavy. I'm too fat. I'm too big for them. Like whenever they get me to lay down on the massage bed, they don't have massage tables here, like where you can put your head down. It's just a fucking bed, which is okay. I don't mind if for the price. But I go and then, yeah, every time I lay down, they just start laughing. They're like, "You're so big, God."
So big for your size.
My feet are dangling off the end. Yeah, they're like, "Move up," and then they see that I can't move anymore. Like, and they're like, "Oh, you big." And then whenever they tell me, "Oh, you so big," I'm like, "I'm not." They're like, "Where are you from? Like, how tall are you?" And I explain all these things. And then they're like, I'm like, "Listen, I'm not that big." Like, I walk around the streets and I see some white dude from I don't fucking know where he is. He's like 7 feet tall, and he's jacked, and I'm just
he's
like, "Yeah, I'm not big."
South African, probably.
Yeah, whatever, something like that, and they're fucking massive. Like people say I'm big. There's fucking Asian people taller than me. I see sometimes. It's rare, but I'm not. I don't feel like I'm that big, man.
There was a kid
But
that
I
was
am.
like I think he was 8'11".
Yeah, that's too much.
I mean, you're basically a giant at that point, I feel like. And I think he
Well,
was
he's
still
probably
growing.
skinny. Listen, if he's not skinny, then it's cool. But if he's skinny, then it's just like, oh, you're just a freak. Got it.
Yeah, that's true. Almost alien
Yeah.
like. Too slender men. What else is happening in Thailand?
The Airbnb. So Airbnb currently is having really declining rates, at least in the States, right? This is news you guys have heard of.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Airbnb is like Airbnb owners are panicking. Airbnb is panicking. Things are going downhill in their revenue streams compared to years prior. Their growth is on a downward trajectory, and I think this might be correlated to what I've been doing. I've been trying the last 3 days. I've gone to these Airbnbs, and basically I didn't like it. And I'm not even scamming them per se. Like, they're still, but I just don't. It's not up to what they promised me, and then I just go to Airbnb and I complain and I get all my money back. And
Nice.
I think they're doing that. They've always been like that, but they're probably especially on my side now that they're losing so much money. These Airbnb hosts are pieces of shit. One of them was cool. One of them was like, "Oh, you don't like it? That's chill, man. Like, yeah, I'll change it and you get your money back." I'm like, "Cool, thanks, man." But the other two were like putting up a fight, and it's like, "Oh, you want me to go to Airbnb support and get them to side with me and take my money back from you?" Okay, no problem. I'll go do that. And that's what I do.
Holy
And
shit, dude.
so today I'm leaving this fucking Airbnb and I'm going to a hotel, which basically hotels are better. Hotels you might have some issues with there, but Airbnbs are a fucking ripoff. So that's what I
Kind of
learned.
I kind of had when I went to Brazil, we preferred the hotels over the Airbnb I got. But I still, I mean, even if it wasn't up to par, I'm just gonna let them get paid. But it was overpriced
Yeah,
even
that's
down there.
different. It's a hotel. It's different. An Airbnb host, it's like you think like the hotels, yeah, what I've learned is the hotels are always better. But it's like with these Airbnb things, you would think you're getting the better deal. Like that's the whole concept. But it's like, no, this is just robbery. They're just trying to get away with as much money as they can from some shitty, stupid condo
Yeah,
that
they're
cost
actually
them
like
like $250,000.
it's like more expensive. Yeah, you're right. I one of the channels that I've come across is this couple that bought an Airbnb at like during COVID. It was like, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
they worked
I've been
so
watching
hard.
a lot of Tim Dillon being like these scum of the earth. I fucking hate like a millennial landlords. Like, yeah, so we have 20 rules for air, like just pieces of shit that we
His
want to see.
whole his whole
Right?
Airbnb story is so funny with the girls in Joshua Tree. But this couple, they work really
Yeah.
hard to get their Airbnb. It's their business venture, and then like they're all excited they got it, and they're doing like a YouTube like play by play, like this is how it's going, and then they start doing more videos, and they're like, all right, well here's the things you want to look out for, and they keep going, and like over time, like as Airbnb struggling more,
Black people.
you can just see
Yeah.
them like really like no, they're just having like a hard time. They just clearly look more and more stressed out, and like they just keep getting screwed.
God, that is so awesome.
It's
You
like they
can
went
send me that after, okay?
yeah, I'll gotta find it. They're like super happy at first, and by the end of it, they're just like talking about all the negatives. They're doing videos on like the consequences, and they're just like clearly miserable. It's so funny.
It's actually yeah, now we're going into this other topic. It's actually so um I started browsing the market, how cheap houses are in this one area of British Columbia I lived in, a year ago. And I was looking at, the only way I'm gonna get this money I'm entitled to is if, I say I'm gonna buy, oh, I want to be a landlord or whatever, a land I'm not gonna say the word, but yeah, landlord. And I saw this fourplex for sale, which was for sale for like 350,000 US. And it's in like a shit town that's like kind of empty and not happening, but like it's in a network of towns where there's two cool towns like kind of nearby. And there's work there. Anyway, I saw this fourplex and I thought it was really nice fourplex. Like, it wasn't like one of those shit like slapped together like just pieces of shit. It was like, they rent, like, it's really beautiful. Like, I had like these chalets and like this giant house with like four separate suites. Each suite had its own kitchen and bathroom. I'm like, damn, maybe I should get that and be like a landlord. And but then I was thinking, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the risks involved with being a landlord these days, and it's like, okay, then I could maybe get some property manager to manage it for me. I was on the line about it. I'm like, yeah, maybe I want to do this, but then it's like, I don't know, man. In this day and age, it's really like everything's risky at this point. Everything's oversaturated, and everything's risky because it's like, what if the tenant just doesn't want to pay? It's like in the current state of things, it's going to take a year of legal bullshit to legally get them out of there.
Yeah, that's why it's tough in a smaller area where you have like a limited amount of possible renters. If it's in like a really populated place, you could like kind of filter people out. You can make sure you find good ones,
Yeah,
but if it's just in the
that's a
middle of
good
nowhere,
point. That's a good point. It's not really the middle of nowhere. Like the thing with Canada is the housing crisis and like the population shift is it wouldn't there wouldn't be a lack of people at this place, but anyway, I also rented a house in the same town like, again a year ago, and I just things weren't going well, so I just ditched it after a month. And looking back, I should have just had the balls to be a scumbag and I should have just squatted there, but I didn't have the balls. I felt like, oh man, they're gonna show up to the house. But little did I know my landlord was in Australia anyway. But she was
no.
basically like they were basically those Joshua Tree people. So, I didn't like them, but at the same time I was kind of like intimidated by them. And then also I'm a moral person. I kind of felt bad, but they had like a small kid but it's like looking back, I should have just been a squatter. I should have just lived there.
If
Like fuck everyone, fuck everything, man. I don't care.
Yeah, dude, fuck these guys that they're letting me sleep at their house at night. I'm just gonna sleep at everyone's
Oh well,
Airbnb
it's
for
like
free.
they're like trying to make a profit. It's like, man, fuck you. Like it's just I don't know. I
Airbnb, what should happen is that anytime that happens, if you actually sleep there, they should get paid and Airbnb should take the hit, is how it should be.
yeah. Well, of course, yeah. No, but it's like that was an actual place I was renting. That wasn't an Airbnb. That
No,
was
I
like
know, I
I
know.
yeah.
It's just
But
funny.
also,
You're like I'm a moral
yeah.
person, but you started out like by you're like yeah, I've basically been staying in Thailand for free, just getting refunds everywhere.
No, no, no. Let me be clear. It's not. No, it hasn't been for free. Like they still charge me like the one night I stayed, and it's like an exorbitant because they give me like the cleaning fee and all this other shit. So it's not like I'm not profiting. I'm not like coming out on top
Okay,
with these
okay, yeah.
complaints. They still charging me for like oh you stayed there a night and blah blah
You're
blah.
just
So
saving some bucks then. That's all right.
what I'm doing is this is what it actually is, and I'm not trying to sound like, oh yeah, I'm like beating the system because I'm not. I'm just letting you know if you hate your Airbnb, they're gonna side with you. That's all. All it is I show up, and I'm like, this fucking sucks, and I want to change places, and I'm figuring it out. So yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, that definitely wasn't clear. I thought you were doing the
yeah.
thing that like if like Uber Eats delivery like fucks your food up and then you just tell Uber to refund you and you get all your money back except for the tip. That's kind of what I thought you were doing.
Mm,
Chancey, where are
I
you
gotta
at?
try that.
Right here. I was
All right.
thinking about like this one time. I go to conventions sometimes, right? So sometimes a lot of them
Speak up. Uh
speak.
huh.
A lot of times they aren't like in my region. So like I would have to like I go out of town sometimes. And like
Uh huh.
I remember one time like I was like Airbnb with like I think 6 of my friends, and like we just destroyed the entire thing.
The convention?
No, the entire Airbnb we were staying in.
Oh,
Yeah, like they
yeah.
were
Now I've
there.
always wondered, do they have your credit like card? Like, did they charge you for damages, or is it like fucking not my problem?
I
Uh,
mean, look, well, I didn't put mine. I just gave
yeah,
them
it's they'll
cash.
hit you when we destroyed the studio for the Andy Dick show. I got hit with a $400 cleaning fee.
Yeah. Now the question is, did you pay that or did you just not
Yeah,
pay
it
it?
literally came out of my account automatically.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Yeah, they got you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Eh,
I think maybe if you like can disconnect your card from the app as soon as you leave, you might be. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but
no, yeah. Well, yeah. What you'd have to do is you'd have to like call. I actually did get like a fraud charge on my credit card like over a month ago.
That's pretty funny.
And I called the day of and been like, yeah, this is a fake charge. Send me a new card and all that shit. And they still looking into the matter and they still haven't given me my money back. It's like, Jesus Christ. They're really on top. They really are making sure these days. It's like, oh, are you sure that this is a fraudulent charge?
because
They
fraud's
know
so
you.
Dude, it's so easy. So many people get away with fraud, and there's like no way of stopping it, really. Like they're fucking so
Yeah, it's
bad
What's
pretty
at
the biggest
crazy.
it.
feud?
But yeah. So wait, what was
So yeah, so like no, I didn't have to pay for it because I just gave like it was on like one person's card, basically.
The way you win is if you go to a hotel and you pay with debit card, which they almost all do that, but then they're gonna charge you like a $200 to $300 damage deposit.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Now, if you can steal and make more damage than the damage deposit, which shouldn't be hard,
Oh no, yeah,
well,
yeah.
yeah, then they're gonna then it's like, well, you can take my damage deposit of $200, but yeah, you got $1,000 worth of repairs in that place. So,
Yeah, like
and then
we
but then they
ruined.
also have your identification, so they pursue legal action at that point.
I mean,
yeah,
we just got banned
it's
forever. That's really it. We're just never allowed.
vandalism?
No, we got banned forever for
Well,
that one
you did.
that
If you do
person.
enough damage, it'll be vandalism. But
Oh no, no,
yeah,
definitely. Yeah, we ruined like a whole table. Yeah,
but y'all are just young and dumb, just a bunch of hoodlums
yeah, they love doing hood rat
we-
stuff.
Not really.
wearing
Airbnb is
hoodies.
young and dumb. Airbnb
Airbnb,
landlords are young and dumb.
Yeah, they're all.
Airbnb is probably more of like sweater people.
So no,
Hoodie,
it's Indian people.
Chansey and his friends wearing
No,
hoodies.
Indian people are the hotels. Chinese
No,
people are the
no. At least
Airbnbs.
around here, like the guy was Indian. The guy, like he had to like tell us the keypad and shit. For
Uh,
yeah, he was like,
Man,
okay, so what? What?
I looked back at that fourplex I was looking at. A month later, boom, gone. And I'm like, fuck. The reason why I also hesitated is because I think I'm in the same boat as Michael Burry. I think there's going to be a bit of a recession with over the winter or spring. So,
Hopefully,
my, yeah, whatever. Who fucking knows anymore, right?
every houses are so expensive, dude. I just want them to go down.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's like, you know, all these interest rate hikes, tech people losing their jobs, like all these things have happened since, COVID, where it's like, okay, and then they still haven't really kicked in. People really aren't like I said, the Airbnb revenue is down, like all this stuff, and it's like, okay, when's it going to really affect the economy? Maybe it won't. Maybe they'll just keep going up. So
Probably
who
isn't.
knows?
They're just gonna print
Yeah,
more money
yeah.
until the
No, it
price.
has to. It definitely has to. They've been putting shit off. I mean, there's still been. I don't know. We're not going to have a conversation about that right now. It's kind of stupid, but it's definitely
Yeah.
coming, and I think it'll be. It could be like next year. It's definitely happened before 2030 because they have like a whole like you know deadline. It's Agenda 20 that they moved to Agenda 2030 or whatever they call it now, and they have like where they're supposed to be by 2030, and it's they have to. It's a build back better thing. It has the Great Reset to build a circular economy. Everything has to break down in America in order for their. But who knows? It
So
honestly does.
you're forced to open up your house to refugees, right?
I mean, no, I don't,
Something like
maybe is that it? Is that what's gonna happen? I think it's
and
more
I
like
don't know.
I think the idea was like you don't own cars anymore, and nobody owns anything. You all like everybody's just
Yeah.
a renter,
They
and
can
you just
take steps in that. They can take steps in that direction, and in some ways they already have. But it's going to be a while before that fully. I think
yeah, it
once
will.
all the boomers die, once our parents die, that's when shit's going to really change hard and fast. I think that's when.
They're supposed to
Until
have the
then, you're
foundation
safe.
though, like everything in place to where like it's already like that really. Like in New York, or like any really city, everyone's just kind of renting, everyone's just leasing their car, or you're just taking
The
Ubers. Like it's
middleman's getting squeezed. Yeah, you got to
yeah,
use Uber.
and most people just work as like service people now, or what it's like most jobs are service jobs. It's already pretty much, where but it's also like, how the UN said that you'd own nothing and you'd love it. They do make it so convenient that it almost is better than just having a big ass house in the middle of nowhere.
What do you mean? It's more convenient to have a house in the middle of nowhere?
No, it's more convenient than having like you could if you wanted to just
Yeah,
not.
no, and now you're going into my next theory. Like, well, it's not really a theory; it's kind of obvious. I think we're heading towards a future, like the fact that you can have Starlink internet in the middle of nowhere, and the fact that internet in and of itself exists. Um, Having a rural property with modern amenities is going to be the most luxurious, sought after, in
Yeah,
demand thing in the future. It's going
West
to be the most
Virginia,
expensive option.
the
But
Tim
it's
Pool
like, yeah,
plan.
yeah, everything's getting gentrified from like Montana to West Virginia or whatever,
I
and
blame skate,
it's
right?
like,
Montana. Oh, that'd be
but it's
see.
like the catch is that living rurally is going to become increased, like drastically more expensive every year. You know?
Yeah, well, and also like they're buying up all the farmland too, so that they can just like own like pretty much everything will be owned after a certain point.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it would be nice though just to get a compound with the boys.
Yeah.
You know,
Some assault rifles.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, I was looking at this massive it was literally like a mountain, like half of a mountain. And it was 5 minutes outside of a hippie town in BC called Nelson. And I thought about it, but then I'm like, do I really want to buy if I'm gonna buy a big thing of property, do I really want to buy it in Canada? You know? I don't know about that because they're just gonna make like firewood illegal and shit. So
wait, what is that real? Is that real?
I'm not necessarily, but the way I see it, yeah.
It
Like,
sounds.
wait,
No, it sounds plausible. Um,
yeah,
but
like collecting rainwater is illegal in some states. Like, come on.
yeah. Well, what would be the alternative? Would you be able to get land in America if you married a gay man?
Absolutely, yeah.
Hey, would you
Yeah.
get there if you married a gay podcast host?
America's probably still the best place to buy land because depending on the state, because it's like you have so many property rights. You have stand your ground laws. You have everything, right?
Yeah, the South is a good place to own land. Chancey, you got to talk into the mic. We can't hear you.
Insane.
Yeah. What is up with the mic? No, like I just
I don't have
what
a,
is up with that?
He sounded perfect before the show. I don't know. I don't know what
Oh
happened.
man.
what? What do you mean?
There you are. Okay, you're back.
There, yeah, you gotta talk
I
like
just
into it.
okay. I really gotta cup this mic. Yeah. Okay.
What'd you say though? I heard you from like a faint
Yeah, I said
whisper.
try marrying a gay podcast host.
What if
Yeah,
y'all
or
two got
or his
married?
twin brother. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, I'm not on
Yeah.
talking. I'm not really talking to him much these days. But Chancey,
Who am I
The
talking
thing
to?
is like
Oh.
the thing is like I don't know. I don't. They probably get this type of shit all the time, and they probably sniff out the lies real quick. I don't know. Maybe I'm
no,
overthinking it.
I have as long as you don't post anything on social media, you just got to get rid of all your social media and you're good. I actually know someone who did it from Russia,
Just have
who
sex
married
in front of them.
he married my friend's brother and is good, has been good for years, owns a business now. I'm not going to give any
God.
details on, but he's killing it.
Is he the CEO of Uber?
Mm-mm. It's I'll say it's
No,
woodwork.
you don't have to say. You don't have to say. Wait. The skateboard ramp company.
How'd you know?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, they're making pretty nice pipes.
Yeah, are you guys vert or street type skaters?
I
We're
used to think I was Bert, but I'm both.
I'm
I don't know.
Dev.
I suck at
I'm
skating.
bisexual. So I'm also
That-
street. I'm
what-
also street.
That helps. That helps our case though. If you marry pools,
Yeah, I am a street skater, so that's.
I'm just nervous. Like, yeah, you're right. I have to delete all my social media, but it's like they're probably gonna be able to find that anyway. They're probably gonna hook me up to the lie detector test.
They're gonna make
They're
you
gonna
have
ask me all these
sex.
questions.
dude, it's just
They're gonna
another.
be like, "What?"
It's another gay Canadian coming down to America.
Hey, you kind
It's
of
not
look like
even-
that already.
Yeah,
You're-
This
Okay,
guy
that's
was
fair.
This guy was Russian, dude. I don't think they really. If you say a Canadian is now an American, you're probably the last person they'll ever look at. You know,
Yeah, but yeah, yeah, we'll see.
or honestly, you just got to come down on with a get a visa. Can you get a work visa if I start a fake business? And
Yeah, but then you got to
As a
sponsor
joke,
me.
this is a
It's really
joke.
complicated.
Anyone listening to this?
yeah, completely a bit.
This is a bit. We're
It's like
legally we're
listen,
funny.
it's like Gavin McInnes talks about how I guess marriage is the easiest way. He came in on they started their own business, Vice, and then they moved to New York City, and he said it took him like 8 years and $10,000 to get in, which is fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm trying to move to New York City, in the next like year, honestly.
Why is that?
I don't know. I've been in the South for a little bit now. I think I need a little more,
I love New York. I've been trying
a little
to.
more.
Is the South is it boring?
I want to move in the next like 2 to 3
Nah,
years.
it's the best. I love the South. I would love to have a house here and get renters in it before I leave. Is like the plan, and just have that pay for itself. And then, but no, it's the best here. I would only be able to do New York for like a limited amount of time, but it's just like the time spent on the West Coast. It was some of the craziest stories I have. I wouldn't trade it for anything, but ultimately it was like there's no long term for me there. I'll probably always come back home eventually, but I don't know. I just need a little more hustle and bustle.
Yeah,
Get up to
man.
the.
Let's buy an art studio in Red Hook.
I'm down. I need a little bit more pain. You know what I mean? I'm too comfortable. Like that's the issue. I got all of my needs met and like money in my
Oh,
pocket, and
oh
it's like
man,
just
yeah. You gotta live like me, man. I have like $800 right now, and I don't know where I'm going.
yeah. I mean, I did that for a very long time. Well, I mean, I always had money in my pocket for the most part until I got raided. But the
Womp
struggle,
womp.
being in the pit a little bit, if you're too comfortable, you just stop. You kind of get stagnant. It's not good for you. Can't
Yeah,
be.
yeah, that's true. Anyways,
Same.
guys, I'm selling codeine pills. Anyone wants to buy them? 50 milligrams. Just DM me on Instagram.
Are you for real?
So
Yeah.
so I think I don't know. I think a change of scenery could help you. I guess if you're
If
really
he
that
was
too
lying,
comfortable.
if he was lying, he wouldn't have said codeine pills. Those are what are you selling them for? Like $2, $5?
3. I gotta make a profit here, buddy. Okay.
three for 10,
3 for
10 for 20,
10. Yeah,
10, 10 for 20.
yeah, exactly. You know the vibe. Okay.
I could do that.
I hope if you do, I hope when you do move, you don't fall back into dealing so easily.
No, I'm good. I'm not gonna fall back. I'll have 3 years off of opiates in February.
Oh,
I,
congratulations.
yeah, I'll be straight. I'm not worried about
Move to
any of that.
Queens. All right, that's
I wanna be in
don't be.
Manhattan, really.
No, you will relapse so hard.
I just
No,
watched a little bit of a Jerry
I won't. I
Seinfeld
really won't.
interview.
What part of Manhattan? Like the Lower
I
East
don't know.
Side?
I watched a Jerry Seinfeld interview, and he talked about how Queens is like the best. He's like Queens, that's my shit,
It
man.
really is. I love Queens. I grew up there, man. I mean, I kind of want to go back there anymore because a lot of people don't like me that live there. But if that didn't happen, I would love to be in Queens.
Why does so many people not like Chansey?
I mean,
Damn, dude.
you got time?
Yeah, let's get into it.
All right, so like for some like I don't really make friends. Friends like just people just gravitate. Sometimes crazy people gravitate towards me, and then they start getting really dependent on me for some reason, like emotionally, and
A
like
straggler.
yeah, stragglers basically.
Yeah, but that's because you're crazy too if they gravitate towards you.
Yeah, exactly. But like they're even more unhinged than me. Because
Yeah,
like I don't really understand life, but these people are seriously insecure. Like oh my god. But like yeah, they're like yeah,
Who, me?
yeah maybe. But like they're like they're like, yeah, like, oh man, like why aren't you there for me anymore? Like, dude, I can't. All right, every day you just tell me these horrible things that happen to you. All
Yeah, get him
right,
out of your life.
yeah,
Get him
exactly.
out.
Like,
Don't
and then it
repeat
always
it.
ends up with him like threatening, like, you better not come back to this part, or like I will, like me and my cousins will like slit your throat or something.
You want
Yeah.
to know an interesting phenomenon I've found?
Hey,
What?
pal,
And
beat
this has
it.
happened to me so many times. If someone asks for you for money, like a borrowing or like just like, can I have some money? If you give them money, they'll find a reason to be pissed at you, like within a month. Like they'll be mad at you, like irrationally. Like if you give someone money, their mind plays a trick where it's like, that person didn't give me enough, or it's really weird. I've had it
Or
happen.
or they get mad at you as a way to like not pay you back. Like all of a sudden before they pay you
Yeah,
back,
there's I
something
don't know what it
happens.
is. I don't know what
Yeah.
it is, but I didn't even I heard this from someone else. I heard Owen Benjamin talk about this and I thought, that's interesting. And then it happened to me like more than once where it's like not every time, I guess, but most times it's like if you like some old
No, it's
friend and they're like,
yeah, it's always people. It's like people from the past too. It's like my brother's kind of like that. If I do anything nice for him, it's like he resents me for having the ability to do something. Yeah, I don't know. It's
yeah,
like it's weird.
it's very
Yeah,
weird. I don't know how many levels are going on there, but it's really interesting how their brain is like, and fuck that person. It's like what? Yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy, man.
You're basically because you had to receive help from someone. It's like your way of like lifting yourself
Yeah,
back
you're
above them.
coping. You're yeah,
Yeah.
they're like they're claiming back their power and control. I get it. Yeah.
But I watched the Alex Jones, Andrew Tate interview, and it's all about power and control. So,
That
it's
sounds kind of based. What's up with that?
it was pretty great. There was one part where Alex Jones was like, "Yeah, man, it's just like you got out of jail and your muscles were so big. I mean, they went from like this, and he's doing like a circle with his hands, and he's like to like this, and he's just like it's just straight man love going on for a very long
Right.
time, and then Tate's like he's like yeah, he's like so how many Alex Jones is like, oh, so how many push-ups a day were you doing in jail? Tate's like thousands, probably 15,
What?
1,600. And he's like, you know why? Because the guards in there, they didn't want me doing push-ups. They wanted to keep me down, keep my will weak, keep me on my belly. But I had to keep doing whatever his rant was. I had to do push-ups at them. I had to do push-ups at them. I didn't even know if they really cared or not, but I had to trick myself into thinking that so I could do push-ups at them. And he's just like, I'm just doing thousands a day. And then Alex Jones is like, man, you're just like the best, dude.
I
Like
suck your
we're
cock.
at one point, I'm not even joking. He said we are like finishing each other's sentences, and then he went on to repeat it again. He said we're repeating each other's sentences, and then again Tate's like, yeah, because there's only one way, there's one path, and that's why we're repeating each other's sentences. And Alex is like, you're just the best.
And then they
Like, oh,
kissed.
Yeah.
it was so fucking wild. It
And I
was
was
great.
like, well, guess what? I had to tell you what here. All right, Andrew, you could fuck me in the ass after this. Go to my website.
Oh man, it was very entertaining. It's worth the watch for sure. I had to break it
The
down though.
globalists don't want the globalists don't want us to have hot man love. Okay, but me and Andrew, we're gonna have it anyway.
Live
You're
on
so-
Infowars.com.
Oh, you're so good looking. You're so good looking. You're rich. You get girls. You got nice cars, and I just love it. I
Got
love it. I
8-inch
love
dick.
you. I'm sure. Yeah,
I
I'm sure you're.
wanted me to not do it, but I did it anyway. I was thinking about my Bugatti, how I'd fuck my Bugatti in the tailpipe. Yeah.
That's
Uh,
great.
I heard Alex Jones. Now that's awesome. I can't believe Andrew Tate's still out there doing shit. With the push-ups in jail, it's like I don't. If you're not getting fed that much food, I guess no matter what, it would give you like endorphins. But if you're not sleeping well and you're not eating well, I don't
I
think I would
mean,
be forcing myself to be doing thousands of
I'm
push-ups. That
pretty
doesn't
s-
really make
I'm
sense.
pretty sure Andrew Tate is getting commissary food. I'm pretty sure he can afford that.
Yeah, he
He's
was
not
eating
in a
tons of
fucking.
ramen.
he's in a special cell. I don't know. Maybe it's all
Yeah,
fake,
he
but
was in solitary for 3 months, and it's in
yeah.
Romania too. I
Oh
think.
yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
that's if
yeah.
you know anyone who's been my brother's been to a mental institution solitary and he's like, yeah, it's not cool. Like solitary anywhere is and then in Romania, it's like, yeah, you're not gonna be like I'm gonna do it. I don't know. I don't believe maybe he did do thousands of push-ups, but I have a tough time believing that. In his head he probably did thousands. It was probably like 100.
Yeah, I mean, even if it was 100, 200, like, I mean, he did come out looking pretty big. Like they were showing pictures of before and afters. I guess there was a little, but it was just, it's like the whole point of it was that like in his mind, he's like, he is the protagonist of the world's most important movie, and he even says that when he's going on his rants. He's like, a real man is his life is a movie. Like he's just so intense with everything. You got to live a movie, and like fucking. So he believes that this whole like hero arc that he's concocted in his head, which I wouldn't be surprised, would motivate him just to like go crazy and try to come out bigger and just like it's his it's probably kept him sane thinking about his how he was going to sell this whole thing when he gets out. You know?
I'm kind of yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, I don't know. Like most people, I don't like Andrew Tate, but at the same time, I respect his view on things. Where it's like, yeah, he did get rich, so
I mean, yeah,
there is
I mean,
that.
you can get rich at doing sex trafficking. Anyone can do that.
I mean, so
I
and
can
it's
even
like
teach you right now how to do it.
no, you couldn't do it successfully, Chancey. There's no way.
No, I never said that. I can teach you. Okay, people that don't do
Nah,
teach.
no.
Really?
So what he did was he got girls that were like liked him enough to where he could, and they were probably really dumb and was just he I mean, this is what he admitted to. So this is the best way they're gonna get him is the
He's
lover boy
pimping. He's
thing.
pimping.
He's like, I'll just do this webcamming for me, and I'll pay your taxes and just do everything for you. And then he's just lying about how much they're actually making. But the, yeah, I mean, I like half of what he says is like true, very true. But
Yeah,
the other half is
but then
just
he's
like
just an ugly looking cringe guy. I like him and I don't like him. I don't really have a solid
he's like
stance. I don't pick
he's like
one side or the other.
everything is just about being a man, and it's just like it's a little much. You don't have to
Yeah,
like.
that for that shit, it's like okay, we get it. Okay, calm down, Andrew. It's okay to just take a break. All right.
Yeah, just chill for a day, dude.
But I heard Alex Jones. My friend told me this a week ago. Alex Jones was saying they're trying to ramp up COVID again, especially in Canada. Like there's some new variants coming within a
Yeah,
month or
yeah.
two.
I saw that. Like,
Apparently,
Omicron, right? Or was that the last one?
No, that's old. I
It's an
have
old
heard
one.
he knows. They're doing that in New York too. They're bringing back the mask and they're ramping up for like a
Yeah,
COVID winter. It's gonna be a dark winter.
yeah. They gave us, and if that's true, it's like they gave the sheeple like just enough time to catch a breath of air.
That's
And
all I
it's like
wanted. I begged for that. I was like, dude, just give us one fucking summer. And they did. We
give
got a
us yeah.
summer.
I didn't do shit this summer.
Well, this is the only one you're gonna get, Chancey. We're
I
going
didn't,
back
I
to
didn't,
hell.
I didn't have my first. I didn't have my fling. I never drank a beer. I didn't do any of this stuff. All I did was stayed home and podcast.
Damn, you missed out.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I didn't do much. I went out once. I got sun one time.
Whoa, what was that like?
Dude, I got second degree burns, but feeling pretty good. No more back knee. It's all gone. It burnt away.
We're
Nice.
That's good. Great episode today, guys. This is good.
Yeah. Join us next episode where I'll talk about. I need to get I've never paid directly for an escort for Rub and Tug. I'm in Thailand. I got to do it. What? There's too many places to choose from. I'm having decision fatigue.
Don't the massage places offer that at some of those?
Yeah. Well, not the ones I go to. I mean, you know that the massage offers it after if they're dressed in a certain way and they try to solicit you on the street and they're like, it's going to cost this much, which is like triple than what it normally costs.
Interesting. Yeah, we got to get an update on that. All
Oh
right, that's good.
yeah,
That's a nice cliffhanger.
nothing like a
Fool's
good
getting a
old
rub.
fashioned
Nice.
hand job.
Yeah. I want to go to a blowjob bar too, maybe.
What's
Anyway.
That's a thing
It's
in
a bar.
Thailand?
You walk in, you pay like $30 and they suck you off and Bob's your uncle.
Oh, what about the red rope special? Is that a real thing?
What's that?
The red rope
I
special?
think you should get checked for that.
Uh,
I don't know what that is.
He's
from
saying
my
there's the
understanding-
streaks of blood in his semen.
Ouch.
No, so from my understanding, what it is you after your massage, you can get the red rope special, and your masseuse will tie herself with like a velvet rope, and she'll wrap herself up like propeller self all the way up to the ceiling. Just twist it until she rises all the way up to the ceiling. Or so, I don't know, she rises up like above your dick, not all the way to the ceiling, but then she lets go and she's just propelling around, and she gets low and she puts her mouth on her dick while she's just spinning. Her feet are flying over your face, and she's just doing a corkscrew on your dick.
So the focal point, like the pen, like the what's the scientific term? Her mouth is stationary, but her entire body is rotating around that point.
That's
and
a
she
real.
sucks you
That's
off
a real
rotating.
thing.
A fulcrum would be for a lever.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it sounds. She's levering around. She's spinning in a circle. So
Feed in the hoe.
the point you're saying her mouth just rotates around your cock. Her entire body. That's a real
Yeah.
thing?
She's hovering for sure. Yeah, apparently it's a real thing in Asian countries. Yeah, the red rope special. You got to go to the red light district to get the red rope special. But
I'd want that. Yeah.
yeah, that would be great if you did that, and then you could testify. Oh man. No.
Yeah.
You ever had the M Night
Yeah.
Shyamalan?
I don't know what that is.
Sounds like the same thing.
No, it's
Let's not get into adult Urban Dictionary terms like. I mean, you know what a rusty trombone is? It's like yes, I know.
you know what Rusty Venture is?
Arnold Palmer. What?
You know what a Rusty Venture is?
No.
I'm not gonna tell you.
All right.
When you're
Well,
old, when
yeah,
you're older.
I guess we're trying to wrap up the show. I mean, you guys have never gotten anything like that before?
No, I respect.
I
myself.
was in a whorehouse in Brazil. I was walking by, just all the bars.
Oh
and
yeah.
This guy pulled me in, and man, it was thick, dude. It was thick in there. I didn't like it.
So every time, while you're in Brazil, you see these things. Did you ever think to yourself, "I'm in Brazil. What's wrong with me?" Or did you just do you think it's just a natural?
No, I actually thought about doing
it.
I thought about it. I was like, I looked around. I was like, "What girl? You could just take your pick."
Yeah.
I'm like, if I could just have my pick, hypothetically, what girl would I choose? And I'm looking around. I'm like,
Yeah.
the 14-year-old.
Well, I did think. No, I mean they were all like, they were all clearly women, but I did like there were some older
Right.
ladies in there,
Right.
and I definitely was thinking like, you don't want one of the older ones, that's for sure, because they're, that's just.
Well,
if
they
you're
know what
old-
they're doing.
That's true, I
Okay.
guess, right?
You picked the one doing like math homework on a table.
Yeah. I mean, my buddy did it though. My buddy,
whoa!
he got one.
You sure you
They
want
give
to
you
out your friend like that?
They give you a condom. They give you a Durex and some lube, I think, and like a towel.
Here, open up your hand. Give you a lump of lube in your hand. All right, now don't lose that.
I actually made money. Somebody came up to me and gave me like 20 Rios thinking I was somebody else. And so I
Oh, sick.
I actually went in there, made money, and then left.
You do look
Bravo.
like Pedro.
I was
No,
told
he
I look.
doesn't.
I was told I look Brazilian until I'd speak. People would
I've been
think I'm.
told.
Well,
I've been told I look
you have
Brazilian.
to realize something. Brazil is a very like extremely
Yeah,
diverse country, so
and
anyone can be
but
Brazilian.
yeah, exactly. But there is some people
Well,
that
it's
have.
like basically what they're trying to say is we have dark hair. That's pretty
Yeah,
much all they're saying.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
and my hair was a little longer too while I was out there. It was like long and curly, so it's like kind of more. Um, that's Brazilian.
Mediterranean.
Yeah,
Yeah, or something.
my Lebanese was showing.
You're a little.
Yeah, the thing is like with these Southeast Asian women, I'm not really attracted to most of them. Like I
Why
don't know, they
not?
look like they just like they're brown and they got these like I'd rather fuck like a black. I'd sooner fuck a black woman than like some jungle monkey. I'm just sorry. I didn't mean that. I'm just joking. But it's like some of them are really hot. But it's like you walk past these like rub and tugs that are like in certain districts, and they just get bombarded with like 20 little ladies being like,
Damn,
"Ah,
dude.
hello," and it's like, whoa, and it's like you're trying to scan quickly. Like, are
How
these
many
even?
places have you scouted, bro? How many times have
Bro,
you
he's
gone?
fucking. He's on the
I
he's on the
walked.
prowl,
I
dude.
walked. I walked through one. No, I walked through one side street that had like 5 or 6 places in it, and each of them had like a dozen ladies outside being like, "Hey, what you doing? Hey!" And it's like,
It's
whoa, like let
it's
me just
kind of
look
like
here, and then
it's like a pizza place in Brooklyn. They're just all over.
I guess so. But it's like, and they're
That's
all
a good
yelling at
one.
me, and I'm like, I can't. It's like, let me decide. And like once I'm there in person, it's like all these women don't look good. Like I mean, I'm trying to find the diamond in the rough, but it's a hard time when there's all this pressure, and they're like, "No, you buy now," and it's like, whoa, I mean, slow down, okay?
Slow down there,
So I just
Connie.
kind of get overwhelmed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I mean, you deserve to get yourself a rub and tug by some little Asian hands. I mean, there's some pretty Thailand girls.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm
They're
not saying, yeah, I have to do it. I'm here. Everyone's like, come on, man. What the fuck are you doing?
I
You're
mean,
in Thailand. It's like, okay, I'm working on it.
come on.
Yeah.
so is
Yeah.
there like
Come on.
is there a term for like you know how like Floridian from Florida? What about a Bangkokian?
I think it's just called Thai.
That's a good question. It's probably like Bangkok and Al.
About Bangkok too. You're
Calling,
Bangkokanese.
Bangkokatoo.
you're calling
I'm gonna look it
amphibians.
up actually. I'm gonna look it up. Hold on. I think Wikipedia. That's a good question.
A
Yeah.
Bangkokanese.
I almost accidentally got a prostitute this week. I
Oh,
told
that's a good story.
I
Tell that
told
one real quick.
I told Pools about it yesterday. So I'm back on the dating apps, right? Now, so I was like
Yeah, I
this,
typed into Google. What is a citizen of Bangkok called? It says a person from Bangkok is called Thai. So Chansey wins again.
well,
Right.
yeah, it's not like whatever. Anyways, so yeah, so it was like this lady named Janet, and like I noticed like she only had like 2 photos, and her bio was just social media links. She like
Can you
mess.
post the links in the chat?
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't care. We on a new channel, so let's dox this woman. Well, I
No,
don't
no, no, don't do it. Don't do it. Just send them to me though. But keep going.
Send it to me. So yeah, yeah, she like was asking me like, hey, where you from? How you doing? I'm. Oh, I just moved in here. I don't know around. But what are you looking for? And that's how I instantly knew this was. I'm not gonna say the word whore because I've been using that name too much. So I looked on the dictionary for synonyms, and I'm gonna use streetwalker. I think streetwalker is. I'm gonna use that term now. So yeah, this is how I know she's a streetwalker, right? So I play
It
along.
makes them sound like a kind of mythical, like a daywalker.
Skinwalker.
Yeah, skinwalker.
Yeah. I'm just looking to cut over someone for free. Yeah, I'm
So
down.
there she was, the streetwalker, and floating out of the alley. Janet appeared. What did it used to say in the Pokemon games? A
A
wild
wild,
Janet appeared.
wild. Do you want it right now?
All right. Well, so what happened?
So yeah, so basically, like, she wanted to meet up with me. I gave her like a fake address, and like she was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna need $50 for gas."
She was trying to. She was just trying to con you.
She was trying to con me. Like,
How long
yeah,
did you talk to her for? How much work did she put in for the $50?
I want to say like at least half an hour.
Damn,
Wow.
that's a lot of work for $50.
Maybe she actually likes you.
Yeah.
Shut up! Don't bring my
I
hopes up.
mean, okay, true.
You should probably just raise the money for her, honestly, because that 30 minutes, there's a good chance she just needed money for gas.
That's literally a whole fucking tank.
I recently learned that if you're with someone you're trying to court, or vice versa, and they get to you one of their residences, and they say, "Hey, can I use your washroom?" That's supposed to mean like I want to fuck. Is that like the secret term? I didn't know that until recently.
I don't know.
Wait, what? From that, you meet someone on the app. If they say, "Can I use your washroom?"
Yeah, like if you get to if you're like have a first date with a girl and you get to their place and you say, "Hey, can I use your washroom?" It's supposed to be like,
Well, like,
I
I mean,
didn't know.
that's kind of something that girls say right before they want to fuck, just so they can go like clean up. That's like, but I didn't know if that's a code. Is that what you're saying? It's like some sort of.
Well, no, no, like what you said. Like I didn't know. Like, is that what that means? I didn't know that.
I don't think it means they could just be. Well, I mean, who calls it a washroom? Is that Canadian? No one says that down here.
Oh, bathroom, fucking what do you call it?
Yeah, bathroom,
Yeah, okay.
restroom.
I used to call
Water
it a bathroom
closet.
when I was a kid.
Water
I used to
closet.
call it a bathroom when I was a kid, and then a water closet. It's just
Water
I don't know.
closet.
The British people call it a toilet, and they think they're classy. It's disgusting.
No, they
I
call it
gotta
the
use.
loo. They call it the loo.
Let me hit the water closet. I like.
That's what they call it
I
in
don't know.
China, the WC.
The water closet. I'll be back.
It's a walking
We got
closet.
comment from Dio. They're just going to freshen up before you get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, my
Knows.
autistic ass, I didn't know that. How the fuck am I supposed to know that?
I don't think it's a guarantee. I don't know. I might be. I
Yeah,
haven't used
nothing's.
an app.
This is why I fucking hate all. I just need to get an escort. I know I'm way too autistic to ever court a woman in real life.
Dude, there's so many autistic girls out there, though.
He's tried. He's been
Yeah,
that path.
I had one. Yeah, I
I
had one.
remember.
It was awesome. What I learned from that experience is there's a dark side to everything. Nothing's perfect, you know. Oh, my autistic girlfriend, she's awesome. Yeah, she is until you go to a crowded place and then she has a mental breakdown. That's just one
Yeah.
example.
You're just not
That's
man
just
enough.
that's just something that you honestly like. You have to kind of beat that out of them. You know what I mean? Because that's like
Physically,
ima-
with your fist.
imagine. Yeah, no, exactly. Imagine if you were like, all right, so it's a luxury to be able to become that autistic to where you're like, oh, a crowded place. What if a war broke out? Fucking Babylon just conquered Jerusalem. Fucking everyone's
So I get
everyone's.
what you're saying, but
What that you don't have
I
a
get what
choice.
you're saying.
She wouldn't last a second. She wouldn't have made it. You gotta.
Listen, if a woman is having, listen, I get that. Trust me, I know that. I knew that in the moment, but it's like
There's
if a woman
Iraqis everywhere. Fools,
if someone is having
Iraqis
a mental
everywhere.
breakdown, there's nothing you can do to fix it in the moment. Like you can't beat it out of them legally.
Yeah, you
You
can't
know.
if you knock them unconscious and then you just.
You just
I don't know, man.
Look,
That's a
Bulls
good
just
point.
lacks the emotional intelligence. You know,
Yeah,
that's really it.
yeah, maybe that. But like,
I would just.
no, but seriously, when you're with someone who's like, like freaking out, and it's like, okay, no, calm down, and they're not
No,
calming down. It's
it's
like there's nothing
tactics.
you can
You just
do.
got to be like, then just go. Then you leave, and I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
I'm
true.
staying, and they probably
True,
won't
true,
go
true.
too.
Yeah, it's a good point, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You can't feed into the nonsense. That's just imaginary girl brain.
I'm pretty bad
Or-
for that. Yeah, yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for the bro advice.
It's
Legit.
you
No
only know
problem.
you can only learn from experience. That's the thing. You only know by like every guy has to simp a few times. It's like it's
Yeah.
rando.
It's like my girl was having anaphylactic shock. I told her I'm walking. I told her I'm
Yeah.
walking away from the situation until you calm down. We can't get anything. No, but actually, if she was having anaphylactic shock, she was screaming at me. I'd be like, I'm not doing shit until you stop screaming at me.
It's like a IBS. Like, I got IBS. I gotta
Oh yeah,
go.
I have IBS. Like sure, listen, just don't eat chimichangas and maybe you won't have diarrhea. Okay.
Fucking fibromyalgia.
I have HIV. I gotta go.
Yeah, exactly.
Fibromyalgia. I was looking into that. I think
Is that
if I can
real?
get that, can
Or
I get
science
disability?
fiction?
I don't know. I think it's real. It's like, can I get disability money? Maybe.
I
Welfare
honestly don't
queen.
know what it is.
I think I was reading. Is that the one where it's like you're just lethargic and sore all the time?
This is
Yeah.
called being old. Being old.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know.
If I got a check in the mail for being old, man, it'd be
Yeah,
so
but
many
you
rich
have that, but
people.
like you're not. But like you're not old. You know what I mean? Oh man. Okay, we need. I'm sure. You know what, Austin? You probably want to go, right?
I'm not in a rush.
I'm not in a rush either.
Oh, okay.
I don't have a
I
life.
was watching. Man, I was watching. Do you guys ever watch? Do you know Ben Mala?
Ben
Nah.
Malo.
It's some YouTube channel. This
He's
multi-millionaire. He's originally from like the most broke white trash shithole in like in New York City. I forget. Maybe it's from like the Bronx. I don't know. But he's a rich, fat Jew who
Oh,
lives in
this guy that
Florida.
owns like a plaza.
Yeah, he owns like strip malls and all kinds. He just does real estate. He's really good.
I've seen this guy on Instagram. Yeah.
He's got like a family of like illegitimate sons and like this like Mexican wife. Yeah, and he's like just pays someone to follow him around with the camera. It's pretty good content. I get bored of it, and then like a year later, I'll like tune in and be like, oh, what's he up to now? But anyway, he did a trip where he like goes to Canada on his private jet. They go to Montreal for something. I don't know. Maybe he had to do some business, but like he goes shopping, and then like he meets up with like one of his followers who's like a real landlord or whatever. And then they meet up with like this 23-year-old kid who's like also a landlord. And they're like, and then like as he meets them, they basically just like throw it on him. They're like, and this person doesn't have any kidneys and he's gonna die soon and he can't afford like the new kidney.
This
And then they just like
guy
throw
This guy can't
yeah, they
afford the
just throw
battle
it on him.
pass.
But it's like you see the Jew businessman come out in him where he's like, I shouldn't say not even Jewish, but he's just a businessman in him where he's just cutthroat. He's like, man, I'm really sorry, like that's rough. But he's basically like, I ain't paying for like I'm not. What is this? Some kind of trick? Like I'm
Looks-
not paying for this kid's medical expenses. Like he lives in a country where it's free anyway. Like
They were trying
Yeah.
to like guilt him into it.
yeah, and like I don't know, but I also find it like ironic how there's like people out there like this kid is 23 and he has to go on a dialysis machine for like 8 or 10 hours a day because his kidneys like don't work, and it's like he's gonna die soon probably, and it's like he's out here trying to like make money as a landlord. Like I don't know, something doesn't like what's wrong with those people? Like he just must be extremely autistic or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, 8 to 10 hours a day you're just doing. How do you? I mean, honestly, you might as well go out. It's like the people on the iron lung. Like, would you
Yeah.
really just want to live like that forever?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
It's
if you're
like,
already
listen-
in an iron lung, you kind of can't go anywhere.
I know. I guess.
they're gonna like drag you into like
He's gonna
the
wheel you
clubs
into
with iron
everything.
lungs. Wheel you in, yeah. Like okay, this kid's here to party. So here's shot number one.
I guess now with like
But,
pain pills and YouTube, you could probably have an okay life.
I guess now that I'm talking about it, it's like I guess the only way out of this is making a shit ton of money. So maybe he's on the right track anyways. Like he's like if I can become a multimillionaire by, within a year or two, maybe I can just buy some baby's kidney that'll like, have stem cells
It'll
and I'll
grow.
become really healthy.
It'll grow
I
in
don't know, I
time.
just found it funny.
I think
You
we
see
already
like
figured
Ben
out how to
Mala and they're
grow.
just basically like what?
Never mind. Keep going.
I don't know. I guess I'm rapping, and it's like it's just funny how like, I forget how I even got to this point, but yeah, this
You
kid's
said you'd see Ben Mala doing something.
he's just he's just really he handled that situation really professionally, where he's like, oh geez, sorry, like I'm sure you're really positive, things will change for you. You know, then it's like I'm not fucking paying for shit. Nice meeting you though.
He said that.
Yeah,
That's awesome. Yeah, I
say
mean, it's
that,
got,
but you
he
can see it in
is.
his eyes.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm.
You could infer it. He, yeah, I've never heard of this guy, and I'm preoccupied, so I can't look him up. But I mean, I feel that if
He's playing Rocket League. Oh wait, no, you
think
got
about
banned. Overwatch.
think about John Cena is the number one
Mm.
Make a Wish guy. He's done more Make a Wishes.
Oh,
He's like
What about Kanye
he's
West?
he's doubled this. The farthest person behind him is
Mhm.
like less than half of his.
I
Well,
didn't know that.
I mean,
Wow.
it's
I think
kind of it's
he's
kind of easy when he's like invisible. You can just say
he's,
like he's there.
he's done like 600 and
Mm.
something.
You know.
But what if someone's just, I mean, if you had it, I guess, and there's just a kid who's like, yo, can you buy me my cancer
Yeah.
medicine?
Wait,
What are you
wait.
gonna
So no,
do?
Make a Wish. That means he just shows up and says hi to the
Yeah.
kid for like
No,
20
that was
minutes
my
and then
point.
dips.
What if you're just on a make a wish trip and then someone's like, well, can you buy me?
Right.
Can you keep me alive?
Right. Right. Yeah. See, that's
Nah,
where I find
nah. I would
life
ask for
itself.
pussy.
Like this,
Oh, I would get
life
like
itself is just an awkward dilemma where it's like, yeah, it's like, what? How do I get out of this situation? I didn't sign up for this, and it's like, but you do have the money. We know you have the money, and you could save his life, but you choose not to. And it's like,
nah,
well, fuck. Can I just hide away in my castle? Like, fuck
No,
off.
actually, I'm
nah, nah, nah,
now
nah, nah,
now
nah,
that you say
nah.
it again, I'm in favor of it because if you're a public figure, we should be able to just guilt and bash you like that.
Nah,
That's
nah, nah,
nice.
nah,
That's
nah.
a good point, and
Nah,
that's why I'm not a public figure. You're right.
nah, man. If I was a Make a Wish kid, I would like get like Emma Watson, you know, from Harry Potter, and like fucking like just coerce her into like, you know, like having sex with me.
Giving you a half-hearted hand job.
Nah, nah, just like just bang me. I'm on my
How would you
bed.
do that? Let me hear your
On the
plan.
hospital
my-
bed. She's
Yeah,
gonna
my
put.
I'm gonna.
That's not the kind of girl who's gonna like ride. Get on
I'm
the hospital
dying,
bed and
Emma.
ride.
Okay, I have 3 months. I've never done it with anyone.
Well, the first problem is that you have to come up with a reason because you can't say that you're having sex with Emma because Make a Wish kids are all under 18. They don't do it for 18. They don't do it for adults.
Oh, damn, that sucks.
You would have to come up with a plan in order to trick them.
How do I become a child again?
Like that Ukrainian girl from years ago who was like, the orphanage like
The orphan-
claimed she was like 7, but she was actually like 22 or something.
Oh, that. Oh, I
really?
they did a movie about that orphan.
Yeah,
One
they
of the
made a
greatest-
movie, and then they're making like a documentary, and now like
Yeah, no, it already came
now
out.
both
I saw
both
it.
sides are lying. Like the adoptive, that's an interesting thing. Like the adoptive parents are lying, and the girl's lying, and it's like she was trying to kill us, and then she's like they were trying to they were like sexually abusing me. It's like they're probably both right, you know.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
I actually I don't want to say that on air. Never mind.
Open your mouth, Chancey.
I'm not gonna. Look, I don't believe that because, like, you know, she's not even that hot.
Yeah. Well,
Like, if you
I
saw
was
the
a
orphan
public-
movie, they made her a lot more attractive than she was in real life. Because there was a scene in the movie where
in
like
real
the
life,
orphan.
she had like a bit of a she had like a midget dwarf figure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, they made it.
It looks good to me. I'm not into midgets, but that girl, I would. You know. You see,
Oh, that's the wrong one. My bad. Right now.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There
well,
you go. There we go. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Third's the charm. As for being famous and having obligations, if I was famous, maybe I'd just take the Norm Macdonald route and become a gambling addict. So then I legitimately, when people ask for help, it's like, listen, I actually don't have any money. I have a problem, and I blew it all. Okay.
Yeah,
I blew all the millions.
That's the most noble thing to do.
Be
if you
gambling
become-
addict.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like, listen, I don't have anything. Okay. I got a suburban house. I luckily haven't gambled that away, but that's about it, man.
I have a Ford Fiesta that's used. What about
I'm
200,000
pretty
miles
sure he
on
lived
it?
he lived in an apartment.
Yeah,
too.
yeah, he had an apartment.
Yeah, I just recently some YouTuber just did a decent documentary about him. I watched it yesterday, and it's like,
Did you watch it? I saw that on my feed. I watched like 2 minutes
It's
of it.
okay. The only part I like about documentaries is really like the first half is really just the early years. I find fascinating. That's where it has info that I didn't know about. It's really fascinating. But Yeah, he was like a legit gambling addict. Like
Oh, big time.
he blew all his money, which is kind of base,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
guess.
Dude, he said one time that he dropped like I forgot how much. I think he said like $60,000 just into like
Oh
the
yeah,
ocean. He
In
was
the
like
sure, why not?
he thought he was in
You
the
can tell
movie.
he's that type of guy.
Yeah,
it was like sports gambling, right? If I remember correctly.
yeah.
Yeah,
He did it
probably.
a
He
little.
also
He
liked the
played
tables.
poker. Yeah.
Yeah, he liked going to the casino. He quit drinking. Like it's really weird. Like he got cancer. Like he started smoking at like age 14. He loved smoking. You can see it when he talks. He still has the smoking compulsion, like mannerisms as he talks, even though he's not smoking. Like hand to mouth fixation. But like, so he got cancer when he was like in his late 20s or something, or like early 30s, and then he had to quit smoking. And then he quit drinking too, which is like after that he basically just became a hermit because he was like, like any smart guy, it's like I just want to be inside, and it's like if I can't drink, then like that rules out like 70% of social situations. So basically,
Yeah.
the only social place to go is the casino and hang out.
And podcasting.
Yeah, and then he had his podcast. That's true.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, his early life was pretty interesting. He skipped like many grades because he was so smart. Like he was doing calculus at like age 7 or something. And then he grew up in a place he grew up like in Quebec, but his Polish dad like refused for him to ever speak French, which is weird. I don't know how that would work in Quebec.
Yeah.
So he must have been in like an English part of Quebec, and then and it's like he grew up in an area where it was only old men, so you can tell that's probably where he got all a lot of his comedy inspiration from, is all these old men. And then and yeah, like he was basically just like a genius child who was like severely antisocial, like in high school and stuff. Like he said he'd have to like walk around a shop like 10 times before going in to like muster up the courage to talk to the shopkeeper or whatever,
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
which I found interesting.
I know that's sad, but that sounds like really funny if he said that in stand up.
It's not sad. It's just I just see it as it's like whoa. So Norm is this like you see a stand-up comedian, you're like, oh man, that guy is so cool, and it's like no, it's just like they're just playing a character. It's interesting.
I mean, most
Yeah.
stand up comedians, I mean, at least the good ones, like a lot of their jokes are based off of like like things in their life that they don't like about, and like they're using
Like
comedy as
like borderline self-depreciation and like making fun of society. Yeah.
things. Yeah, well, yeah, things like that. Really, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I never finished my
Well,
Yeah.
story. Oh,
Okay.
okay, so I was like, I don't have Cash App. I don't have any cards at all. I'll give you. Can you accept $50 in cash? That did. I was trying to see if this person was willing to go to his fake address for $50 in cash,
Mm.
and they were like, "No, no, no, no. I don't. Don't you have anything? Don't you have Venmo?" Like, no. Can you just go to the store and buy an Apple Card?
You should have told her. You should have told her you had EBT. That would have been sick, dude.
I got EBT.
I got EBT.
Yeah, bro. It's fucking
I
Vienna
got
sausages.
chocolate chip cookie. Yeah.
Vienna sausages on deck. And then she's like,
So-
"Oh
So
man."
then what?
And she's like, well, let me direct quote her right now.
So this was not a her. This was a guy trying to rob you.
This was
Oh, I wish.
Ibrahim or Vitali or Artem.
Yeah. Did you send any dick
yeah.
pics?
I couldn't.
Maybe it was maybe it was
Yeah.
Ubuntu.
Yeah, I will be
Ibrahim.
indored then. Then I said, I guess so. And then she said, yes.
Was the English a little bit broken?
No.
I guess you can't even tell anymore because people have such bad grammar online. Even if they speak English, you can't even tell.
I don't think
so.
this is any in person. I do think it was just a genuine scam because Florida has a lot of scammers and stuff. I'm one of them.
You know where that comes from? Like the constant pushing of just pure degenerate art comes from the Tavistock Institute. You also look into that. All right, I'm not gonna say anything else.
I'll look
though.
into that.
Tavistock.
I'll look into that. That sounds interesting. Tavistock Institute.
They also are the reason that girls started doing sports. They're the ones who made the TV. They're the ones who came up with Employee of the Month and a bunch of other ways to make people good employees. Yeah, there's definitely worth looking into.
What's the point of employee of the month? I never understood that.
To like get people to work harder than the wage that you're paying them.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been seeing this
I'm
scam
not-
for 2 years now.
I'm really embarrassed. I'm really embarrassed to say that there was a point in my life where I fell for like the YouTube motivation grind set shit and like
Oh.
worked hard at some
I can
like
see
corporate job.
that. I can
Yeah,
see
it was like yeah, you can see that. Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's so embarrassing. It's like, but it's part of it's not totally my fault. I mean, my parents are so fucking stupid. Like, despite not being immigrants, they have this like immigrant work hard mentality. Like, they're fucking white trash.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you gotta grind, work harder. Like, your life has to be miserable, or else you're a fucking loser. It's like, all right, okay.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
I was taught by my father just that like I was taught about the work smart, not harder approach. Basically, just
Yeah, so that's
manipulating
base.
the system
Yeah,
that's there.
that's
to,
how.
Yeah.
That's like
Chan-
especially important in these days. That's so important.
Young Chansey, what you do is you get the job and you go sleep in the bathroom.
Yeah. No, and yeah, the best part is showing up for training, and then once paid training's complete, you just fucking get fired, or like I don't know, just don't show up.
Yeah, that's what my sister did a couple times. That was pretty funny.
But I noticed companies are like catching on to that. So like during training, they're like in your face, like, okay, now repeat what I just did. You see what I did there? Now you do it. And it's like, this is not worth. This is worse than work. I might as well just quit now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting a second work from home job and just not even doing anything until they fire me, but just seeing how long I can get a second check for.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a thing, man. That's a thing online. It's called overemployed.
Yeah.
People are trying to, yeah. It's a Reddit, and it's like, well, it's a huge thing on there. It's like a part of
It's
Meet
all
Twitter.
Indian dudes, dude. And what they do is they get Roombas and they tie a mouse to it so that they're always
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, like there's all these methods they do, and it's like some of them are trying to juggle like 10 at once. So
Yeah.
you can juggle 10 work from home jobs at once. Think about that. It's like 50 grand times 10. You're getting like $500,000 a year.
Yeah, no, it really is. If you could, I mean,
And it's like, so if they catch you lying on your resume, if they catch you at doing anything, it's like they're not going to go to the lengths to sue you. That's too much effort for them. It's not illegal, basically, and you're just going to get fired. And it's like, oh, well, I still got paid, so.
yeah,
cares?
count your losses, especially if you just do it for like a big corporation. You're not like hurting just some like, little
Yeah.
business by doing it. You're working for like, you do it for like
It's these big
Spectrum or somebody.
corporations, yeah, who make these like make work jobs that are like bullshit anyway. Where it's like, yeah, we employ this person who makes sure that we're being environmentally friendly. It's like that person doesn't do anything all day. They're just trying to make their company look good.
That's all
Yeah.
that matters, PR.
So what's your work from home job right now, if you mind me asking? Or is that you don't want to say that on here?
Oh no, I don't give a fuck. It's a startup company, and it's essentially we like have like the business is building fake websites that look like actual businesses and then trying to get them to show up on Google. So if you do a search for like roofing Denver, we have a site showing up. We don't. This is just hypothetical, but like we get calls and then we we use that as work to sell to people that are looking for work. But the problem with that is that we're like the largest ones doing it. So there's no like Google's like trying to stop people from this type of thing now. And we had like a vendor for fake reviews and fake Google business profiles and all this shit, but they've been cracking down. So now we're in the process of like, I don't know, it's a bunch of technical shit, but it's cool. It's a pretty cool.
So what you guys get? So how do you guys make your money? By advertising?
Well, it's like the whole it's
so people who pays you?
I do.
I get paid. I have like a base salary, and then I get paid a commission as well.
No, who pays your company? Like, who's the person who's like, yes, I need my website to be number. Like, are people paying to be like, I want my website to be number one? You guys are just trying to figure out how to do it.
That's what I used to do. That's called SEO. Like you're doing like business sales, trying to get businesses to show up in their local area for. No, we have fake businesses that we do that for, and then we call them once we like say I have a site that's getting a bunch of calls for mold removal. It's like, hey, I'm getting like 40 calls a month. Half of those are probably jobs. If you give me, let's work out a rate. I'll send you some jobs. Try it out. If you like it, you can pay me 600, 800, 1,200 a month, whatever the. And then, yeah, it's just I gotta give people free work for a week, see if they like it, and then I get paid based off of how many sites I can rent, plus my bases.
So that's why you used to ask me like fake business ideas for your job.
No, it's funny actually. I was doing fake business. I wanted to do fake businesses before even getting into this job. I started this company this year, but and they're flying me out.
Wait. This is your company?
No, I started working at this company this year. Sorry,
Okay.
I talked fast, but they are flying me out to Phoenix.
Whoa,
October.
Arizona!
That's cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
I've never been there.
Hey, that's sick, man.
You should go
It's
to,
not bad.
You should go to Mesa.
It's right there. I could go to Mesa.
Yeah, man, it's nice there.
What's the one? It's not Tucson. What's the one?
Sedona.
Yeah, Sedona. Thank you. That's it. I want to go to the Sedona McDonald's. It's the only McDonald's in the world where
It's green.
instead of the yellow, yeah, it's green. It's teal.
Yeah,
I think that's really neat.
I
think that's a cool move.
That's the dumbest reason I've ever heard someone want to go to America.
Well,
And I love
not
it.
anywhere. Sedona.
And I love
That's
it.
why I want to go to Sedona.
And I love
Yeah.
it. That should be
You-
that
you-
that should be.
You want to go to Japan? Why do you want to go to Japan?
Dude,
So
I'm
you can
being
have
I'm
like
being,
fucking
being
ramen.
sarcastic. You even let me finish what I was about to say.
They do have a new
Okay.
Japanese airline coming out.
You
$500 flights.
You should be a citizen just for that statement alone.
You should.
Immigration,
Yeah.
if you're listening to this, citizenize this man.
It's the most American thing
Yeah.
I've ever heard.
Listen, I want to go into the middle of nowhere and with hyper reality, and I want to visit the corporate branding, the genius marketing.
You want to play rodeo
Uh,
with the Wall Street Bull.
Sure.
Yeah, grab him by the balls.
But yeah, I've been thinking about getting into work from home jobs myself, but it's like I don't know. I got this welfare thing going on, and I got like one meeting. I got like 2 meetings a month, and that's already like such a pain in the ass, especially on this side of the globe. It's like I had to wake up the other night, like in the middle of the night, to go in this meeting and be like, "Yep, good morning." It's like midnight.
Oh my god! Do you want to say
And,
that?
like, I threw on like the VPN, and I'm like, "Yep, I'm just still out here looking for work. When's that next check coming though?"
That's
And,
epic.
Damn.
She fell for it. Yeah, I know. I was like, I had to like hide. I had to like angle my laptop camera.
You had
and,
to
like,
hide the
like, that I'm in a
prostitute that's
hotel.
under your desk.
I had to hide like all these like hotel furniture and be like, "Yep, just in my shitty Vancouver apartment." And then
You built a
it was some
set.
dumb Irish bitch. There's a lot of Irish people that have moved to Vancouver, British Columbia, and she was some dumb Irish bitch.
I'm
She
so
was
sorry
cool
to hear
though,
about
but she was
that.
like, yeah, but she was cool, but she was like, yeah, so I don't really know anything about the industry you're trying to get into, which, I tell them I'm trying to get a trucking job. And then I'm like, yeah, well, and then she's like, yeah, I'm going to be on vacation in 3 weeks. So I guess we're going to have to do the next meeting after that. And I'm like, oh, no. Sounds good to me.
Yeah, you should tell them. Look, I've been trying to get a trucking job, but I was actually at the January 6th insurrection, and it's been very difficult for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at the trucker protest. That'll make her hate my guts. Then she'll find a reason to cut me off.
I went to the protest just without a truck. I was just there. I had a
I
blowhorn.
pretend that I had a truck.
Yeah. I mean, and this welfare, I guess I'm only getting like 750 US a month. It's not a lot of
She's
money,
like,
but
Jiminy Cricket lad. Oh Mickey
Yeah, she's like,
McCool lad.
oh, well, I don't know much about the trucking industry there. Go on vacation there.
Come on
soon."
for your Lucky Charms. They're magically delicious.
Oh man. Yeah, some of the Irish, they're
Yeah.
said Irish. There really is a saying. I was talking to this European guy. And he's like, the Irish are like the ugliest girls in all of Europe. I'm like, yeah, man, I can
Whoa,
see that.
whoa. Okay, there's a
I mean,
lot.
not always.
There's a
Like,
lot of
not always.
competition for ugliest woman in Europe.
Well, I mean,
I'm
let's
going.
say like Western
Let's.
Europe.
I'm going. Ukraine is the hottest.
Yeah, I'm going with
Uh,
Ukraine as the
Yeah, people seem to
hottest.
say that.
Czech
Ukrainian
Republic, Czech
prostitutes.
Republic, Romania, um,
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Well, no, that's just Scandinavia. No, that's the Netherlands. It's just the Netherlands. Scotland? No, that's.
I might go to Europe next year.
I'm
Or
I'm
yeah, next year.
I'm trying to go to Berlin on March.
I want to snowboard in the Alps.
You ever snowboard before, country boy?
Skiing in
Yeah,
the Alps, that's unnecessary. Why don't you just ski in fucking North Carolina?
I mean I do snowboard
Wait,
here. It's the mountains. The mountains here suck though. Honestly, they're
wait, are
like
you a snowboarder? That's yeah, actually a snow. That's pretty cool.
yeah. I mean I like snowboarding. I wouldn't.
The mountains suck. Does the snow just suck, or are the mountains not big enough?
No, you can get there and the snow's good. It's just small mountains, pretty much. Like
Yeah,
there's some you can have
Appalachia.
some yeah, you can have some fun, but I mean I'd want to go to like Vermont or Wyoming. Uh,
Transylvania.
Jackson Hole.
yeah, Jackson Hole would be amazing.
That's a real place.
Hmm
Yeah, it's in Wyoming.
I thought you.
Chancey's,
I thought you. I thought you was talking about. I thought you were talking about yourself.
you're like I know Jackson
No.
Hole. I've been to Jackson
No,
Hole.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've been to
I have
Jackson's
no
Hole
idea what you're
before
talking about.
on the weekend.
No. If Kanye recorded one of his albums in Jackson, Wyoming.
I know. Doesn't he own land out there?
He thinks so. Yeah, that was the
Kanye-
thing. So he bought like 4,000 acres, and then planned to build up this huge like compound with like artists or something. And then it just all went to shit, which it usually does. I think what happens with a lot of the time is people buy this land, they get out there, they have these dreams, and they get to the land, they're like, "This fucking nothing going on here. This sucks. Like, I want to
Yeah.
go back to the city."
They're telling me that
Yeah.
Kanye West owned a large part of Jackson's Hole.
No, it's not what we said, but
We've already-
very,
we already-
very clever.
We did that bit. It's about as much as it could be done.
Yeah, it's
Brought it back around one more time.
Brought it back.
Best skiing. Yeah, I once went to Killington, Vermont when I was a kid. That was awesome.
Yeah, Killington would be amazing.
Canada has some great ski resorts, but the Canadian tourism in general isn't really that worth it. The best ski hills in North America are going to be in the USA. So
My buddy, he works on the oil fields out in the Dakotas, and he's like the only black dude out there too. And he's like just talking like everyone's super conservative out there, and he's become like he's like 75% conservative now from working out in the oil fields. It's pretty funny. He says that like the oil, if it goes below like 40 something a barrel, that pretty much every oil employee is just going to pack up and go to Canada. Like
why would they go to Canada?
Because they can because if it goes below a certain amount per barrel, that affects how much money they can all make. And so like below 48 a barrel or whatever it is, it would only be, I mean, they're like not far from the border. It's only a couple hours from most of them. And so like they could, if they're going to make twice as much, all of a sudden
they're in like a northern barren shithole anyway. So
yeah, it's like nothing. I had another friend that did the same.
The part I don't get is like if the international oil prices go below a certain price, it's like I guess maybe the only difference is that in Canada they have like price stabilizing, so it's like no matter what the
the petrodollar is getting hit. Yeah, because we're getting hit hard right now, and a lot of people are pulling out now and buying oil in other ways. So it's it kind of makes sense. But I had another friend. He worked out there for a little while, and he said he would drive in like the just the middle of winter. He would drive 4 hours just to the absolute like where they live is the middle of nowhere. You know, they'll have like
Mhm.
one gas station, one grocery store for like an
Oh
hour. You
yeah.
know, one strip club where they all go.
Everything gets
But
shipped in. Sandwich is $20.
so you're driving 4 hours from this little tiny middle of nowhere into absolutely nothing. And then you're insulating a pipe so it doesn't freeze over for the winter. And then that takes maybe a half hour. And then you're driving 4 hours back. And that's an 8 hour day. And you just made great money. But he said he drove the 4 hours, they insulated the pipe. And then he's like, dude, I didn't know what happened. I just had to take a shit, like middle of nowhere. I think he said it was
It is a great feeling. That's pretty good. You ever had that before, pools? Would you like to? I remember this. I remember this one. I remember one time I did that. It was like a blizzard in New York, and I was like 11 years old, and I was walking home at night, and I really had to take a dump, and I had no choice but to like poop in like a trash can at the park, because I was like 2 miles away from home, and I felt that too. That shit was awful. I don't care.
Yeah, it's kind of nice taking a shit in the outdoors.
how does that see? That does not happen to me where like you cannot tell your
This is the
mind no.
only. I think this is the only time it's ever happened to me in my life, ever,
It's
where
like
I've been pushed to the point because he was driving on this bumpy road. He was driving hard, this old truck, and I'm just like trying to
you're
hold it
probably
in.
eating some wild game too. You were eating some
Yeah,
wild.
yeah, we were eating all kinds of crazy shit, and I was just
Yeah.
like, it got to a point for the first time in my life where, like, for a shit, I'm like, pull over to the side of the road right now, and it's like, wow, it's like I would have shit my pants. Yeah,
That's so funny. That happened to my mom. The first time I ever took a 10 strip of acid, I was like 17 years old. And my mom's like, all right, we're going to the park, me and a few friends. And she gave us a ride. And I decided to eat the 10 strip before we left, which is a bad idea. And like, I just ate a toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich. And it was like the last toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwich I've ever eaten too. I can't do like warm peanut butter since this, but I ate this 10 strip. I thought I'd have an hour or so, you know, for it to come on, but it started hitting me so quick, like 15 minutes. I was like, whoa, what's going on? We're driving to this park and we're crossing a busy intersection. The light turns green, and my mom starts going, and I just yell, "Stop!" And she just stops in the middle of the road. She's like, "What?" I'm like, "Oh shit, sorry." And then she she has to pull over, and she runs. She's like, "Oh, I gotta use the bathroom." Like you know, she just have to pull over, run into a KFC, take a shit. And as soon as she pulled over and ran inside this KFC, I just started puking out the side of the car, just
yeah.
puking toasted peanut
I know
butter.
what you're talking about. The sugary peanut butter puke. It's the worst type of puke you can
Oh,
have.
it was so bad. It was so
Yeah,
bad. And somehow she didn't know. She walked right by the pile, didn't notice. And I like stopped right before she walked out and just went like nothing happened.
yeah. So you took 10 tabs of acid?
That time, yeah. I think it was like 11,
What?
really. I wanted to be sure.
Man, you wanted to be sure. That's
Yeah,
funny.
You
No,
wanted to
that's like,
feel
yeah, it's like,
it.
yeah. You take 10 tabs of acid with a fucking shitty peanut butter sandwich. Yeah, your body's probably going to reject that. Yeah, that makes sense.
You should have got Jif instead of Skippy.
No, man, they're all man. I had this bad flu at Pools Land, and man, I would feel sick all day, and then I would have this bout of hunger that would come on hard, and all I would eat is this shitty peanut butter, and every day I would puke it up like a half an hour later, like this disgusting, like peanut butter that has been digested and then brought back up is like the most disgusting thing ever. Like
And
then
it
with the
was
sugar, the icing peanut butter, you know.
and the toast was in there. The toast was part of the problem too, because like if it was just bread, I think it would have been okay, but it was like almost like sandpaper coming up,
You
and I
didn't
could taste.
chew it, yeah,
Yeah, I could. Yeah, I ate it so quick, and I could taste the toast specifically,
yeah.
and like yeah, it was yeah, it added to it. It was like
Stomach
what was
acid, and yeah,
her name? Was it Nancy Reagan? Is that her name?
Yeah. Yeah,
probably.
yeah. Ronald Reagan's wife, right?
Yeah, she
We're on
said
drugs.
she taught people how to. She told like Sinatra like a trick to sing better. You eat an apple an hour before you have to sing, and then 30 minutes after eating the apple, you puke. You puke the apple up, and then the apple creates like the apple and the puke creates like a grating in your
Oh
throat,
yeah, that
and it
makes
helps you.
sense.
She was also known for her blowjobs.
Wow, that's probably why she got. Yeah, it's, I
God
mean, you know,
damn.
first lady.
Is she still
First
alive?
ladies back then actually did something valuable for the
Yeah. What
husband.
do you think Michelle did on their in the Oval Office for Barack?
Pegged.
Pegged. Yeah, exactly.
Well, is it really? Is it pegging if she has a penis?
No, you're right. That's a
I don't
philosophical
know.
question.
I don't know. I don't know where I stand on these conspiracies. Is that too far? I don't know. I
Too
think it's
far in
maybe
what
too far.
aspect?
Well, with that
Yeah.
letter that came out about Obama and his gay lovers, it does. Well, his imaginary gay lovers or whatever it was.
That
Imagine.
letter was like, I don't know. I think he was just talking and
It's
he's
sus,
Can
dude.
you
hinging.
relate to that?
What kind of
It's
21-year-old
sus.
is talking
I
like
can't.
that?
Okay, that's true. That's true.
That's super sus, and
It's
it's
just weird the
okay.
way he worded it. It's like, is that how curious gay boys talk? Where they're like, and the way I think of that is the way I think of a man. It's like, what?
Just go
Like,
out.
That's how. Yeah,
I
that's
feel
how
like I
you.
feel like a curious gay boy would be like, I want to fuck a man butt.
No, he's not a curious gay boy. He's like a curious gay intellectual that is like, you know, he's intellectualizing his gayness
Right,
in like a way. They're
right.
also like,
Okay,
you know, they're kind of
that's true.
groomed to be like almost like a
He,
European type of stoic in a way. So they're all
yeah,
it's
I get what you're saying. I guess that's how like a rich boy would talk in a letter.
it's
It's
like
like,
the American type of aristocrat. You know, we don't have
yeah, he's like
the term.
American royalty. How he would,
Yeah.
how
Yeah,
royalty would
like if we
talk.
all had a choice, like we would all just be girls, right?
Yeah, I mean, maybe. Fuck, my life would
I
be a
would
lot better.
I would never. Being a girl would be so hard. Just you always have to be confused. Like every other day, you're just. It's just
You
ups and
aren't.
downs.
You are confused. You are
It's an
confused
emotional
already.
train ride. It's an emotional train wreck. However, if you know, like, depending now, all not all women, but it's like most females. It's like any problem they have, like life, like they don't need to do anything to feel good about themselves. They just are. You know, they're content with like any problem they have. People are going to cater to it. You know what I mean?
If you're a hot girl,
The
what about this? Okay, so
yeah.
you can roll the dice and you can be a girl tomorrow, but you don't know if you're going to be hot or not. What if you're
No,
just
never mind.
if it's a
Yeah, I don't make
guarantee
bets like that.
if you could be a guaranteed hot girl, then yeah. I mean, I still probably would rather be a guy. Like, just I feel like you can actually have a. I mean, a lady could have a meaningful existence,
I
but
get
if
what you're
you're like
saying. Like the
super
benefit
hot,
of being a guy, is like you can have this personality that's like authentic. You know,
yeah,
that's I
you
think that's the benefit of being a guy. You can like be a real person or something. You know?
yeah, you know, you can contribute something, you can make something, you can be, you know. I mean, not that women can't. I'm just saying your
It's
odds,
complicated, but
especially
generally speaking,
if you're a hot woman, your chances of being like, even though now there's more women in colleges in the States, and like in some cities women are making more than men, and a lot of them are like actually hot women. So that it's kind of hard. But then it becomes a weird thing where like the reason Tavistock that I mentioned earlier was funding women to be in sports and then to make it competitive in the same way that males are was a way
So they
to
can have secret lesbian clubs. Sorry, go on.
yeah, I mean softball players for sure, but also to be able to like disrupt society in a way like
Of course.
when you
Yeah,
have
it fucks up like wages. It fucks up the family unit. All kinds of stuff.
yeah, this is like a thought out social experiment that they did, and it's just making women to compete on that type of level wasn't something that was done, and it's not who knows if it's a bad thing. I don't know if competition is necessarily bad for ladies, but I think that like if you
Well, I
trade,
think people are a lot less happier than they used to be. So there's that.
yeah, what happens is if you want to be like a super successful woman, you're trading the chance to have kids, and you're filling that with a career, which right, it kind of might not be a bad move nowadays. If you can have a big enough career, you could probably get away with like having the same amount of or close to the same amount of meaning. But for a woman, it's like extra hard, because if you see
I think.
an old white lady without kids, dude, they get weird.
Yeah. After
Yeah.
yeah, Gavin McInnes talks about this. Is like after 36, it just gets weird.
It's
That's when
only
it starts
white
getting
ladies though,
real weird.
really. Yeah.
Yeah, those are the ones who really go cuckoo crazy, cocoa banana
Because
puffs.
most other people, like even if they don't have kids, they're around like, oh well, they got like nieces and nephews, they're like closer knit like white people are so isolated now that like yeah, if you're like an old lady without kids, you probably have a bunch of cats and you talk to them
Yeah.
nonstop. Like it's
The more I look, I used to think this issue was so simple. It's, Andrew Tate, like it's so easy, but things are really complicated. Like I look at the perspective of a woman, it's like they can't help that they're picky. They can't help that they're brainwashed like by Netflix or TV or whatever. So you're this picky person, and like if you actually look at like the average guy, like they are like it's not just women that suck now. Like guys are like fucking like pathetic. They're not funny. They're not cool. They're not
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah,
Like I wouldn't want to hang out with be
yeah.
like these guys suck.
Yeah,
Like none of these guys would turn out either.
yeah, unlike us,
Yeah, we're
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, we're cool.
fucking cool.
We're
They don't
fucking
know. They don't see. Girls are too stupid to know
Yeah.
that
Yeah, they
we're
don't
the
know
best
that.
out there. Yeah,
Yeah.
but okay. I'll give you an example. I was in like my hometown a few weeks ago, and like this is like a university town, and the like this is usually reversed where it's like I'm with a girl and you can see that the light's about to change, so we can start walking now anyway, right? So you do that and they're like, oh, what are you doing? And it's like, what? And it's like, oh yeah, we could have, yeah, see, like I see how the light works and I know we can walk now. And it's like, oh yeah, you were right. It was reversed where like this girl started walking because the light was about to turn green, and this huge like jacked guy who's just like a fucking airhead NPC was like, wait, he was like yelled out to her. He's like, what are you doing? Like, wait, like don't walk. And it like the walking sign lit up, and she's like, see, and he's like, oh, and I'm like, what the fuck are they putting in the water? Like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, he's a bitch made. Like, is he just stupid? Like he was more than stupid. He was like a pussy, pathetic pussy. It's like, dude, fuck, man. And then like
Yeah.
I see girls go on like Tinder, and it's like every guy is just like this. There's no person like they're just man. I see their perspective.
And look, like the crazy part is a lot of those pathetic guys somehow get into relationships. Like, I see that so many.
Yeah,
I
of
see that
course.
everywhere.
No, those guys. Those
Well, 'cause-
guys get into relationships, and it's like you see on Tinder. It's like this guy's gonna be like, "I like Joe Rogan" or something. It's like, God damn, like fuck, these guys suck. And yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. They do get.
Yeah,
into
pick a better
relationships.
podcast.
Rogan has because there is a Rogan archetype now where like there's just many
Oh yeah,
Rogans everywhere.
absolutely.
Yeah, like
One
you're obsessed
sleeve
with
Yeah.
bears
people.
for some reason.
Yeah, you want to elk hunt. You want to do. Yeah, it's crazy how his influence has
Yeah.
slowly crept into
I-
everything. But
Well, I think I was watching a Family Guy last night, and they're like, Joe Rogan is a great. What did they say? Said Joe Rogan is a great, like dumb guy, leader or something. And it's like they've always had a dumb guy leader. It's just now it's Joe Rogan, I think.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't even. He's honestly a good leader. He does a good
Hey, he's
job.
not bad.
How we
Could
how
be
we make a
worse. He's
Carmine
cool.
archetype
he,
for guys to
yeah,
follow? How we do that?
It could be a lot worse. It is like he's for dumb guys, but it could be a lot worse. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, he's getting good ideas out to like the masses, and it's like I'm not gonna
Yeah.
hang out with somebody who loves Rogan, but I can have like a small conversation with him. And
Yeah. Reddit
I
tier
wanted to go
conversation.
back though to what you were saying previously. Yeah, what was it about the women? I don't know, whatever. I had a
What was I
point.
saying? Oh, the guys like the woman, like the reason why women are single is because like the marketplace for guys sucks, and then the reason guys are
Oh,
single is
yeah.
because
Well, and I think that like the whole like Tate thing is kind of bullshit. Like the whole like the red pill thing is just I mean, there is like a certain amount of truth that is there, like where it's like, yeah, you need to stop like jacking off all day and just being lazy and like, Peterson, clean your room. That type of shit is like helpful on like a
Surface
surface level.
level.
That stuff
to a
is all
degree, yeah,
yeah, that's all good, but anything that becomes like actual self-help stuff is just insane. And then like guys can get women. Any guy that looks in any way can get women. It's very women don't need to have a perfect looking guy with a nice car. You probably should have like having like the ability to support and provide a little bit is pretty important. But like you don't even have to be like rich in any way. Like I don't think that's like I think women are impressed by like other qualities that
Yeah,
you can
like
it's but
like how many frogs like species can you name off the top of your head?
no, that's the last but like there
I
is
think yeah, any guy can get a woman, but I mean these days it's
it's
never
it's
been
a
easier, but it's also a hustle at the same time.
a lot of it
It's a
is now though
hustle.
like no, a lot of it is now that we've just all been pushed into like isolation, especially like the post COVID.
Yeah.
It's more of it, but it's every like the girls, even the girls like are spending more time alone now. Like people are having less babies than ever before in the West, and like it's just a weird thing where everybody goes home like paranoid and anxious and thinking about themselves so much that it's like they're kind of in their own like weird form of pseudo narcissism, and it's like you go to a party and you do something and then you just think about it, and like that's how everyone is. They don't remember what anyone else did. They don't think about like trying to socialize in public anymore. It's more of just like let me not do anything, and we're becoming like the individual is becoming. You don't want to be. It's like a more of an Asian way of living. You don't want to be the nail that sticks out, gets the hammer. Yeah, it's like
Mm.
it's becoming more of a collective, and you just don't want to. It's don't speak out, don't say anything. If you speak against the group consensus, you're out of the group now. Like, and it's not like that everywhere, but it's the impact is crazy that it's had. And it's like yeah, it's the first time in history that we've been going down. Like we've been having more children, for a
Yeah,
long
well,
time.
the reason yeah, that's absolutely right. But I think it's like if if I do speak out, which I used to do a lot more in the past, it's like it just makes people not like me. Like yeah, everyone's like
It's your
that, but I think the reason is
it's the delivery then. And this is my biggest issue is my delivery with things is
Yeah, same. The same.
you can say whatever if you have the right delivery. You just have
mm,
to figure
that's
out the
true.
right one. That's the
Yeah, well,
hardest part.
unfortunately I'm autistic, so you know.
I know, me too. I
I'm
still struggle with
I'm
that so
I'm
bad.
like the best at
Yeah,
it, but I still struggle with it sometimes. Like I be out there, saying my truth, and like these niggas don't understand. They don't understand what I'm trying to say right now. Like with the youth, they don't get it.
I,
yeah.
You know,
I don't even
Yeah, Austin
oh
has a really good point. Like people are that is the new like everyone's just becoming this like lonely, overthinking,
yeah,
like
it's not cool anymore.
semi-narcissistic.
Yeah, it's not cool
But
anymore.
it's
Everyone's
like
like that.
yeah, it's not oh so yeah, like it used to be cool, like the rebel, but now it's not cool
You know
anymore.
what is cool about it though is like the one of the most popular types of autism is where you just have to tell the truth, like constantly, at least like and I kind of
Yeah.
love that. That's my type of autism.
Yeah,
Where
sorry for being honest,
Yeah, that's
guys.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Um, speaking of that, I'm not no, maybe I don't want to go off topic. This is really interesting. I like this, but I was on that scale that you saw. Like they have a scale for one bot, just 3 cents, and it told me my weight. And my friend pointed out, he's like, "There's no scales in the West anymore. Like you go to when I was a kid, you go to the doctor's office, boom, there's a scale. You go to the gym, there's a scale. There used to be scales everywhere. Now there's no more scales because the doctors are too much. Doctors are like typical doctors, like your average. They're like kind of autistic.
Where the fuck are they
At least
going?
they used to be.
Where the fuck are you going?
Yeah, where it's like they're just gonna be like, well, you're overweight. Like they can't do that anymore. They
I've
can't just
been
tell the truth
I've been
because then they'll get
going I've been
yelled at.
going in
and
and out of
fired.
hospitals for the past like 6 months, and like I see scales everywhere. In those shits.
Oh, okay, well,
And
maybe I
gyms.
don't know. Maybe it's
No,
just
you're
me.
right.
Maybe it's just
You're right. No,
having.
there's definitely less. I used to see them around. You could like, yeah, no, you know what you should do would be a great art installation would be like you just put a scale with a funny mirror that makes you look fatter than you are, and you just put those all over town.
Yeah,
They used to do
people
that at
would
the
love
They used
that.
to do it at
That's
the
actually a great
laundromat.
idea.
They did that at the
And then you
laundromat
like
in the 90s.
we
you're
should
right.
just become. We should just like become modern artists and just make stupid gimmicks like that. Where it's like,
Whoa.
oh my god, oh it's so deep. Oh,
Yes.
I know
that's
that's
a good
all.
idea.
Yes. That's
Everything's
my
so
dream
mediocre
right
now.
there. That's what I've been trying
We
to
could
do,
be.
man.
Oh, we could Banksy it up real quick, dude. You guys want to do it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, sure, fuck it.
Oh yeah, you guys see my
Hey, what happened
Patreon?
to that guy? What happened to that guy? Ass Pizza. Like he was cool as a kid. Now he's just
He's
like this fat Latino guy.
Latino
Yeah, pretty
guy.
much. He pretty
He's like
much. I think
Italian or something.
What?
he's kind of
You finally did what he wanted. You finally did it. You made it.
he reminds me of Brandon a lot. Brandon loved him
Oh,
too. I
really?
know.
How
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Just the pure like he just went full into degeneracy and like
Oh,
just
yeah.
didn't take care of himself at all.
I
And
mean,
it's like
yeah, but the thing is, it works
It's
for
like,
ass
hey man, you
pizza.
look like shit. And it's like, yeah, fuck it, dude.
It
yeah,
works.
but honestly, Ass
Yeah.
Pizza was like cool when he was like a teenager, and then when like years later when he's just like selling the same like shitty clothes, he hasn't done anything
Yeah.
different. Like
Nah,
kind of just
he got
starts.
shoes now.
It's cool.
Is he-
Like he made his money. He's like, he used to be this bright kid. Now it's like, who are you? He's like, I don't know. Who
He's
gives
on-
a
I like
fuck?
I liked him too. I just haven't even heard about him in years. I didn't. I
I
kind of
follow
forgot.
on Instagram. So right now he's currently going on tour across the country
Dude,
because he's banned. He's banned on PayPal forever, so he can't do an online store. So he has to like.
was he on tour? What's he do on
Uh,
tour? Does he dance?
No, he's on tour. He's selling his clothes. He has like a
Oh,
trailer
Pop
full of
up
his.
stores.
Like
Yeah,
a
basically
pop-up
doing like
store?
pop up stores around like different
Yeah.
Walmart parking lots.
Like,
The last
tons of
that's
video-
people go to
hilarious.
it.
He was like, "Yeah, I'm still selling T-shirts, bro. I got 2 for $5 right here." That's
cool.
such a funny.
He could probably get
He's
away
got
with
tons
that
of money.
for.
Good for him.
Yeah.
There's people that do that all over the city. They just have like they just
Yeah.
pop up on like
But no,
a
but
nice
like
day,
it's yeah, but with him it's like
sell vintage clothing.
well no, it's
Cut
all
it.
new. It's all new clothing.
What's his?
Okay,
What are his T-shirts like now? I guess I can go look. it up.
It's like the same stuff. There's like a Green Goblin one now. He made some.
Yeah, I
he
mean-
made some. He made some Air Maxes recently, custom Air Maxes.
That's cool.
I support him. Keep going, Ass Pizza. Fucking what's his
Yeah.
face tattoo say?
Oh,
Shut
his name's
up.
Austin.
Shut
His
up.
name's Austin.
Yeah, it's a good
There's-
name.
there's
Yeah,
always
I'm
a-
aware.
There's always an
I know all the
Austin.
Austins. I actually keep tabs on all the Austins.
Why?
I have a pretty big squad. I have a squad of
He's got a
180
he's got a
guys.
tattoo on his chest that says "Shut up," and then he's got a tattoo on his belly that says "Fuck life." Man, this guy's so cool. I could
Yeah.
never be this cool. Fuck.
Yeah, so I'm trying to be
He's
good.
like this sad Italian.
Sad
You
tell.
know, maybe he's
from
maybe
the
he's like
same.
maybe he's like Middle Eastern.
He's
Maybe
from the
like Lebanese or
same
something.
neighborhood I used to live in.
Let me see what he's
Astoria.
looking like these days.
He lives in he grew up in Astoria.
Yeah,
Astoria, Washington.
No, Astoria, New York.
My bad.
That's where all the
Man,
Greeks and the Lebanese people live.
Oh, you got these goblin shirts. Man, I could fucking. Those are kind of cool. I could fucking do this,
No, you can't.
but I'm too lazy. Well, I'm too lazy.
Yeah, exactly,
That's
No.
my excuse.
bitch.
clothes isn't hard. It's just that he got like popular. There's so many
It's
people-
because Wiz Khalifa wore his jeans like all those years
You
ago.
wait. What you gotta do is it's backwards now. You can't start with a clothing brand. That's not the way. You gotta
Yeah,
just become. You gotta get popular doing something, and then start selling merch,
yeah,
low
exactly.
quality. Get it from Thailand. Spray paint some bullshit on there, piss on it, cut your wrist and bleed on it, and then that'll be
Yeah.
like
So,
$50.
anyways, guys, I'm selling Deuteronomy T-shirts now. So just DM me. I got
That is
the.
my. That is. You just took my copyright.
What do you mean? What copyright?
I have Deuteronomy copyrighted.
I don't care. What are you gonna do? Come to my house and beat me up?
Yep.
You don't even know my real name. You don't even know my
Dude,
address.
I could find you
Mm,
so easy.
It's Christopher.
That's one of them. What's my
This is
Yeah,
what
what's your last
What's
name?
my Christian name?
we're
What's
gonna
your
trace
last
you
name?
down. Hey, internet. I'm in the Discord now. If you guys want
Hey,
to just
Jared.
dox
Hey,
Fancy real quick.
Judy. I have $50 if you tell me his
Yeah.
last
See,
name.
I use my name and Pools. He's a founding father. He got doxed on the show. Now it's your turn.
It's Nathan.
Austin, what's your last name?
You'll never know that. That'll
Oh, that's
never come out.
easy. That's easy.
What is it?
He said it before.
What is it? I said a lot of stuff on the show.
Yeah, I can't pronounce it. Oh wait, no, now I can. Yeah, it's far.
Yep, dude, that's it.
Yeah.
What?
Anyways, yeah, guys, I'm selling Deuteronomy T-shirts. The one that Brandon hated, I'm selling those $5, screen printed, only 4X sizes,
How
on
much is
Gildan
shipping?
heavy cotton. So just DM me if you guys want those. Want to buy them off of me?
No, and I need a percentage of that. Absolutely
Okay.
a cut.
So what is 5% of $5? That
25
is
cents.
that's 2 cents, I think.
What is the shipping price? I kind of
Shipping.
want to go.
It's
Man.
media mail. You don't make profits off of shipping. What?
I just want a shirt. I just want a shirt. I'm just curious.
Oh, you want a shirt? I think it's like, I don't know. Like $20 maybe.
You don't have shirt. I would
No, I
actually get
don't
a
have
Deuteronomy
shirts.
shirt.
Well, no, I
Yeah,
mean I do have the design, and I haven't
I
thinking
would
about.
actually get one too. $5
Did
is
you
not
did you
real.
see the one? Did you ever see that design?
No.
I went on the, oh shit. I'll show it to you after
Yeah,
the show. It's pretty funny.
yeah. I'd take a Deuteronomy shirt any day. I'm ready for one.
I don't think you're gonna want to wear this one. But yeah, okay, yeah, got it. Uh,
No, I probably won't now that you said that.
yeah. No,
This has been good.
I was trying to make the most offensive shirt to Brandon as possible at the time.
Why? What was when you still alive?
Yes, when he was still alive. Of course, he was still when he was still alive. Because he asked me to make a
Okay.
T-shirt design, I think.
Well, you're Chancey. You don't care about anything, dude. How do I know?
Look,
You just
I have limits. Okay.
did you hear his monologue, Pools?
No.
I said I wish. Okay, I wish. I can't. I can't be like that. I'd be ruined. It's like you weren't listening, guys. It's like you weren't listening.
Well,
Yeah.
this is a good episode.
Yeah, this is great.
We've like kind of tapered down a little bit.
Yeah. You guys have seen my painting? Yeah, look at the stream. I was
Is the
painting
channel
this.
still called Class of Car? What is the channel now?
It's called Carmine. It's called Carmine. I was painting this while I was talking to you guys.
All right, I gotta go. I gotta go.
See this, fools?
See what? What am I looking at?
Look at the stream.
Where?
The stream.
It
Hold
says
on.
everybody but you is muted. Is somebody?
Yeah, that was like 30 minutes ago. Don't worry, it wasn't. I pressed it by accident in the middle of the show for like
No,
a
and
minute.
now I hear now it's
Are
a
you
loop
serious?
playing. Just Dude,
I
I
can't
turned it
find.
on.
I can't find the channel.
It's definitely fucking unmuted.
What's the channel called?
Carmine? You don't want to change the name.
Yeah, but
Yeah. Oh,
I
I wonder
can't
why.
find it.
I wonder why you can't look it up. Jeez, it's almost like there's multiple Carmine channels. Hmm. Hmm.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe what did you call it again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At least when you type it up, there would actually show up as the first result. You know, it may be
Oh my
hard to
god, I
remember.
didn't know there was this many Carmine channels. I'm
What do you
sorry.
mean? I thought you said you looked. Okay, whatever, whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna be mad about this. Just look
yeah,
at the painting.
we're gonna have to make another channel. This isn't gonna work.
I hate my life.
I can't find it either.
I gotta go to.
What? I thought you
Okay.
guys said this was the thing. I thought this thing that worked.
No, I'll come up with a new channel, a good one.
Oh my
We'll try again.
Fuck my life.
god. All right. Well.
It's okay. It's okay.
We gotta think about. We gotta do this like SEO style. We gotta come up with.
All right. I found it. I'm looking for the stream. There's it's Chansey on screen. All right, let me see.
Is this South Park painting?
Oh, it's a childhood photo of me and my sister.
All right, I gotta listen. Let's wrap this up.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Yeah. Bye.
Yeah, bye guys.
Peace.
This is exclusive right here. Now, baby, I'm the Ripper, your baby daddy's worst nightmare. Catch me if I declare, I'll be right there. Niggas copy everything we say. Louis frames, eyes lower than my GPA. Riding and swerving, kush out low. Goes wide, my trunk bump like Eddie Roll. I don't take hoes, I never tip the stripper. I'm rich, bitch, but you can call me Cheap the Ripper. Shell toes, yes. BRPS, there's a man riding a horse on top of my chest.
This baby up, this my reserve. Girl with the fat, reserve to consider. This an invitation from the killer. Any hood niggas that smoke me sip.
Whatever the naked truth might be, whatever the naked truth might be. Smile, my green heart. Smile, my green heart. Greedy hands belonging to the darkness. Greedy hands belonging to the darkness. Whatever the knows who